Where's the chat? I'm gonna put the chat like right here so you can see it. Chat. I'm gonna put the chat like right here, bro. I completely forgot. Yo, Mass Jerk, Goon Alley, what's up, man? I appreciate y'all for tapping in.
Tap in, tap in.
Press record. All right. I feel like I need some more light on you.
Dude, what it do? What it do? What it do?
Just take just a little bit. We need some more light for buddy.
All right. Okay. We out here. So. So. Make sure you share the chat. Let's get it in.
Only excuse is that we do it live. We do. Yeah, it should be straight.
So, dude. Yeah, that look good.
Oh yeah, this one for the history books, Goon Alley. What up with you, man? You feel me?
Yeah.
Situated. We gonna get all that situated.
I think it look pretty good though.
Yeah.
I think it look good.
Just me as a creator, you know, I'm always just trying to be like a perfectionist, you know. You know.
And you should be.
Yeah.
I think we need to better ourselves instead of like.
For sure. You know what? Last little adjustment, y'all. My fault. Last little adjustment. I see everything. I got this. Yeah.
I think it's.
Hold on. As long as we ain't dropping no frames and as long as I still got to record. Look. First off, it's Kyree Thomas. I got my boy Ricky Robinson here. You feel me? Shout out to him for pulling up. It was low key last minute, but I was trying to just make sure I keep my word and tell him like, hey man, as soon as I get everything situated and I feel like I got my stream set up, all situated, bro, I'm gonna make sure we do something. And well, we finally here. Like a lot of people don't even know I haven't had, you know, where I usually recorded at since March, but you know, being consistent, that's like the most important thing. That 6 months that I was in there, bro, I worked like a fucking slave out that motherfucker. So that's how I had enough content to sustain myself
that day and just go with it like that.
Nah, I don't think I've ever done multiple interviews one day. But the live performances and freestyles, yeah, I did like one time I did like 3 of them in a day.
And was you the first one doing that? The freestyles?
Low key, I think so, because it was actually Code 3. I need to call him too, because he actually gonna be here next week. I think you should look into him because you may.
Well, I'm just talking about right here in the Nashville area. I think first, you know what I mean? I kind of thought you doing it first.
Well, I remember it was back in December 2023. I actually had just came here. 2023, that's when I came here. Mm-hmm. And, you know, I was trying to work with Code 3. And what ended up happening? No, he was just like, hey, you do the freestyles? Or no. He was basically like, man, I want to do a freestyle. And I was like, damn, I low-key ain't got the setup for it. But he was just like, man, just, you know, damn near. I was like, damn, you know what? I can use. And I ain't trying to like. I hope don't nobody twist my words. I mean, I didn't take in interviews from Sean Cotton, you know, Say Cheese with the What Sleep content from time to time. Yeah, but
he the boss. He the boss. He one of the bosses.
Yeah, he took off. And I always told him that shit. No. I watched like all day interviews and they was basically saying that like, man, I love doing interviews and you know, interviews is cool and all, but you know, my platform ain't even really take off until I started doing freestyles and live performances. And if you notice, Famous Animal, his platform done fucking multiplied like a motherfucker since he started doing the freestyles. I haven't really been too tapped in with On the Radar that long. But
I like their content though.
Yeah,
I think their content is cool.
I don't know if you noticed, but they done kind of just went away from doing interviews. You notice that?
Well, because them one mics, I think they more getting known for that. You know what I'm saying? Like, think about it. I didn't even know they did interviews because one mics. That's how only person in Nashville, and I'm being totally honest with you, that I knew was doing podcast was Born Rich.
Born Rich.
That's the only when I started.
When exactly you start?
I started in 23. Oh, nobody was doing podcasts. Even when at all. Because I wouldn't, think about it. I wasn't even in podcasts. I was doing my Instacart stuff while I was doing my Instacart videos.
Oh, what Instacart videos you referring to?
Yeah, well,
Send me a link. I can pull it up.
Okay, yeah, I seen your link. Well, I work for Instacart.
Right.
And I had the camera on the basket, so while I'm shopping, making my money, I'm recording the videos.
Really?
And was in conversation with podcasts because me and Born Rich them, it was supposed to be us three. Yeah. People don't know that. It was supposed to be me, Lano, and Boopy. Okay. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And so I didn't know nobody but them. And then I met you, me and you talked to the DM, and I got on your stuff, and just to come up, but I didn't know nobody. I didn't figure out Loon was doing podcasts until maybe I'm gonna at least say a year and a half. To me, into me doing podcasts, I didn't know Loon was doing about a year and a half.
When you say Loon, you talking about the one that
It's Up There podcast.
It's Up There podcast. I think I know what you're talking about. Cause he made music before too.
That's what I didn't know. Okay. You know what I'm saying? None of that. You know what I mean?
Yeah. All right, for sure. Hey, y'all, look, man, I know it's probably lagging for some people, man. Look, I apologize, man. Look, like I said, when I'm just now kind of, getting into the stream and figuring out this whole setup, man, I ain't gonna lie. I might just have to get a whole new PC if we being honest. I mean, I might have to invest in like a whole PC. So, if you want to say anything, like if you want me to ask him anything, just feel free because we got the chat pulled up. Matter of fact, let me just type that in there real quick. I'm finna literally say.
Yep. I'm answering all questions today. I might even say some stuff that they want to hear or not want to hear, but we doing. But no, I like that we just streaming, man. Look, Nashville has a big podcast / media. Even I was telling you this was sleep.
What?
And I don't think that a lot of people want to hear this.
What?
Podcast and what we're doing has had a lot with the success of the entertainment pumping up in Nashville.
Bruh, that's like on this, but like, bruh, just to speak for myself, bruh, I remember that time period, like when I wasn't, cause you say you started in 2023, when I just didn't do anything, due to my sickness, bruh. Like I was damn near, I couldn't tap in with too much content at the time. You feel me? You wasn't doing it because it wasn't around. I wasn't. But other than, like, I'm trying to think that was even doing it at that time consistently. Cause that's what's important, consistency. Like the other, I'm gonna tell them why it's actually so important. Consistency is so important just because, like, I didn't have people tell me that, like, bro, I see your shit so much that. Like, maybe somebody might get on Instagram every day. You know what I mean? How often? Like, if you only on their timeline once a week, once out of 7 days, that's not enough for people to see you.
Well, think about this. If you just post that once a week, if you got 1,000 followers, ain't number 300 of them going to see it.
Maybe only 20 going to interact.
You know what I'm saying?
If you posting I'm posting. I got my content set up to where I'm posting 3-4 times a day, so you can't miss shit. You feel me?
I'm gonna tell you something I don't see you doing. I probably have never seen you do this.
I think I know what you're gonna say, but what?
Sponsor. Paying for ads.
Like, I think I know what you're talking about.
Well, on Instagram, like on Instagram,
you asked for that.
That's all I'm gonna tell you something. I'm gonna tell you who. When I was doing my stories on Puff Daddy and Kanye West and all that, that New York tapped in with me for a minute. You know what I'm saying? And even when I was sponsoring my ads and stuff in New York, like they were super duper tapping in. And so even though, you know what the messed up part, over the years after you get all them followers, but you don't really never see them comment.
Yeah. Well, did you not like that?
No, I would want to see if I done spent all this money in New York getting on their platforms. I would want to see them content. You know what I mean? Comment sometime. You know what I'm saying? Like, where are they? Like, cause you be thinking like, have they stopped following me?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because you gotta, even with your own platform, like sometimes you might have followed somebody maybe 2 years ago, and then it's just like, I don't like their content. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And where are those people at? And so, man, for me, I spent a lot of
anytime like I run ads, I try to like honestly, it just really depends on what's being posted. I ain't even gonna say I always put it in a specific area, but like for example, I actually got a post that is shout out to 2-4 Tat. It's actually 2-4 Tat and Lil Trip. They said something. They basically responded to something that Peasy said in a Say Cheese interview. I ran ads for that.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm gonna say this though. Like I honestly never looked at people not commenting as a bad thing, because like think about it for you. I don't know like how active you are in comments on things you watch, but honestly, bro, a lot of this like I'm one of them people that like I might comment something like 20% of the time. I'm not really a person that comments unless like I got a question. I want somebody to know something. But I got a question from a Goon Alley that I want to ask after you, if you got a response.
Okay, no, we're good. We're good.
All right, so Goon Alley says
I'm gonna tell you something. I did a post, and I said, Nashville rappers are not the rappers. I said the music. Nashville got some of the best rappers in the world. I said the music is trash. I saw Wizzle the 22nd of December. First thing I said is, Wizzle said, I said, what you doing, Wizzle? He said, I'm trying to make better music. He made Cashville Be Ballin' on the 25th. So I'm not saying that I had anything to do with it, but in my opinion, and why was Wizzle mad at you? But we ain't talking about that right now. But I still want to, ask you about that. But in my opinion, like, he didn't take it personal. He made better music, and he got a hit. You know what I'm saying? Nashville has left the hits. Like, I'm used to Nashville with hits. And so it was a word going around was, oh, you don't have to have a hit record, the engine behind it. Mm-hmm. I still believe in hits. And so I didn't mean like Nashville rappers are trash. See, Southern Country Girl, Bree, you see how that, and he said this at the concert that Nate Miles, and we booked him at Sunday. He said, you know what I'm saying? And so I'm saying this on the mic because he announced it at the We Know Southern Country Girl's a hit, and now he got some kind of song deal on it. And I think if I'm not mistaken, and not putting it out there too quick, I think it's the same people that did that Boots on the Ground. Put the where them fans at? The same people who picked that song up, picked his up. Again.
You say people, you talking about labels?
The same label.
Okay.
That put that song out and got behind that song and put the machine behind the song. I think that's the same label that Bree just signed with his. You know what I'm saying? And so, and I'm like I said, I'm just saying he said it at the concert. So I might be breaking some news, but you know what I'm saying? He said it, so yeah. I'm just repeating what he said. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, he just said he got the news. So yeah, he said he just said that.
Oh, okay.
You got the news.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. I don't want to break nothing. I don't want to get in trouble. You know what I'm saying? And nothing like that. Yeah. And so, again, then what Wizzle come with the hits are working. So I was actually right what I was saying, and it might have came out crazy. And no, Nashville, we got the best artists, but the songs that came out that's a hit in my opinion. They are working, right or wrong.
We're gonna let the people decide.
I'm just saying.
I had to clip that and see what the people think.
Yeah, and so no, I ain't. But this what I do think too.
What?
I'm gonna tell you something about what you did for me for podcasts. You made me work harder.
You talking about me specifically?
Yes. Boom. You know what I'm saying? Not in the competition. Music dropping from Nashville artists to make other artists work harder. And so now that you gotta get up with Southern Country Girl, you gotta Cashville Be Ballin'.
Oh, yeah.
Then you gotta find something to, you know what I'm saying? You gotta find something to keep up.
Yeah,
Well,
I think what Whistle like that Cash Will Be Ballin' song, I think is definitely. I think you already seen it with the challenge. Like actually, the dude that
yes.
cut my hair, his name Gusto, when he hit me up, he was like, "Hey, I'm doing a challenge for Cash Will Be Ballin'." I was like, "Damn, this motherfucker really getting around."
Facts.
Like, yeah, I'm happy for Whistle. I ain't gonna lie.
No,
I'm
100%.
real happy for him. But
100%.
hey, Goo and Alley, let me know in the comments if that kind of answered your question. If not,
Yeah.
I can just let me know. Like I got certain questions for him, but anything we can talk about it. But yeah. Hey, matter of fact, speaking of Cash will be balling, I can ask you this. I can only ask a handful of people this, but
Okay.
remember, like it kind of threw me off for a second, but I was like, man, I ain't even really just finna. I just dropped like the hottest song. Like he said something about Cash will be balling song, and he at a lot of the people that run platforms in it, me and you included, and was
Right.
basically like, I didn't get no support from the blogs or something like that. Like, what was you thinking whenever he first? You know what I'm talking about, right?
I'm gonna tell you something. Yeah, nah,
Like,
look,
what was you thinking when
look.
you
I'm
first seen
happy
it?
to. I've had this conversation with sir. I've had this conversation with several media sites. Several. I'm talking about at least five to six different media sites on that.
Damn.
I'm gonna tell you something. If Wizzle don't remember the first time he posted like the song "Cash Will Be Ballin'" and just the song Apple thing. You know how they just get the thing off of Apple and just post it on the page where it just showed like the song type of. Anyway, he just posted. Okay, so this is what I did. I liked it off the rip, so I repost. I went to my repost app.
Yeah.
When I tried to get in my repost app,
Oh, I did.
it gave me the picture, but it didn't give me the song on it.
Well, like on some copyright shit, like it automatically.
I don't. It automatically took the song off from my repost app.
Yeah.
So when I seen that, I was like, dang. I was like, you know what I'm saying? I was like, I didn't even think about it at first, but then I was like, dang, like, is he? Some of us, you gotta give you. I think you gotta give it a little time. But I'm gonna say this about that. I think he won with that. You know what I'm saying? I think that was
won with what exactly?
Well, I think he won when he complained, kind of, sort of. You know what I'm saying? I think like everybody like kind of because I saw a lot of people reposting it and like the media companies they ain't posting it, and so I think that kind of made more people embrace him. You know what I'm saying? And saying like since the media ain't doing it, we're gonna do it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And so I think he won with doing that, but like we don't see everything and we don't respond to everything when you think so. Cause even he had sent me a collab post, but this why I didn't push it because I had just posted something 5 minutes before. And you know how we kind of are on our platforms, like if we posting something, we be having something in our head, you know what I'm saying? And so I wasn't messed up what he did or nothing. Like, I support them and promote them, but also you do gotta kind of watch what you do sometimes because other people are taking.
But I girl specifically, I always say, like, you can't really control how people respond to something. Like, just because you might have meant something some way, you can't expect them to take it that way. So like, you could try to be nice with something, but somebody think you trying to be mean. So I get what you saying, but
that's why you got to be careful. Even when we talking about 615 rap game, when
what do you do?
And the guest was talking about me, Ariana, I think of Born Rich. You know what I'm saying? There was a couple of us, and I know they talked about this, but how he edited the video, it made it look like I did something super duper bad. You know what I'm saying? And so it done went to this, and I'm like, and it had something to do with a gun. And I was like, I said, I ain't did it. And how it was took, a person would think that Ricky done pulled a gun out on somebody. And so you gotta, I'm saying this stuff serious, you gotta watch that. You know what I'm saying? And so I'm just giving that example to say, yeah, it is how you kind of do stuff or say stuff.
Yeah.
To be honest.
Hey, that interview that you did with 615 Rap Game, it was a specific clip that had from what I seen, it seemed like it had a lot of people upset. like whatever shit with the case. Like, you know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, facts. Look. I'm gonna say this. I gotta say this. My baby mama, one of my kids' mama, this what they said. This what she said. She said this to me. She said when I was in jail. She said, P, it's crazy how these guys can get caught with a $1 million worth of this and $1 million worth of that. And nobody will say nothing about they the police or nothing. And they be out here. You go get locked up and get a 25-year sentence, and they'll say you the police. You know what I'm saying? And so, like, the other day I posted something about talking about everybody always talk about somebody snitching, but it ain't never the people that been snitched on and all this and that. Well, Nashville is a copy me state. Not the whole Nashville, but I'm just saying a lot of people is the copy me state. If they say, oh, everybody in Nashville snitching, guess what? Nashville it's gonna be a lot of people to say the same thing. And so it's sad that a person can get a rumor out there and they can have no kind of nothing to say you done it if somebody said, and then your haters get it in they head and said, and it makes it law. You know what I'm saying? And so yeah, a lot of people was even, like Jazz and them, like they, but like I'm glad he asked me the question.
Who, KDZ?
Yeah, I'm glad he asked me the question. Because guess what? At the end of the day is when it's coming to streets. This is why I don't like the streets. I don't like the streets because guess what?
Oh, well, and actually, Goon Alley, he said selective politicking is real. Just to add on.
Oh, selective. Look. This is why I don't like this is why I don't like the streets, right here. Because you can be a guy like rob you. I ain't trying to do nothing negative to you. I'm just trying to get with you. I'm just trying to get some money. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to let's politic. Let's get some money. And so guess what? If you wasn't the street killer, that means you wasn't a street nigga. And so that's what
you saying that's what you don't like about the streets though?
Because if they feel like if you wasn't a killer out there or something, or you wasn't shooting your people, that don't make you a street guy. That's just like Wallow was saying one time. I don't got it in me to hurt my own people. I don't got that. And so guess what? I never did that out there. You know what I'm saying? I ain't let nobody play me or nothing, even in prison. I ain't never get in no fights or nothing in prison because I ain't no coward. I ain't finna let nobody get over on me or play me or nothing like that. But I'm also king of not playing with my people. You know what I'm saying? I don't want you to hurt them. I don't want you to shoot them. I want you to try to. And so that's just the street narrative. If you wasn't like a robber or a killer out there, you wasn't real. Which that's backwards. Yeah. You real when you out there taking care of your people. You real when you out there helping your people get some bread. You know what I'm saying? That's why I teach it by podcast. I'm gonna do the same thing. I was the man in the streets. I made sure that other people sleep TV. Like you ain't.
Why not?
I ain't inferior about you because I understand
he need to be.
Well, I understand that we more together than against each other. You know what I'm saying? We trying to if we have help in Nashville build. If you win, if I get signed to Black Effect Podcast, come on, Black Effect Revolt, man, y'all got to come down to Cashville. If I get signed to them, you 615 exclusive, Born Rich, Cameo Bobo. It's going to be the couple of people that I'm going to reach out to and say, hey, man, I'm signed. Man, I'm going to try to get y'all in the door because the more the merry. And so I ain't waiting till I get $1 million to be like, oh, what's the, I'm base. You know what I'm saying? Your base of people is a totally different base from mine. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And so I'm building my own base. And so, yeah, that streets, the streets, man, I'm going to tell you something, well, my nigga told me we was in prison together. We went together. Yeah. He said, "P, the streets ain't for you." I said, "Yes, it is." I said, "I can hustle. I be getting money." You know what I'm saying? I was really out there doing it. Yeah. He said, "You too real for the streets." He said, "The streets is cutthroat." Guess what? I had 27 people on my case. I got more time than every single one of them because guess what? I was the one, and not all of them was cutthroat, but half of them was cutthroat, and I was the one person. I'm just gonna keep it real. Then they'll be mad at me if I say, Man, if I knew all them was gonna tell, I might have told on them. If I had that thought to tell. But that thought never came to my head because I'm thinking everybody's cool and everybody's like me. Everybody got a good heart. You know what I mean? They conscious. Man, I had to know. And half of these people ain't got no conscience. Well, see, we got a conscience and half of these people just don't have it. And so that's why, I like to be by myself now. I ain't going to tell on myself. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And so, yeah, they was mad about that conversation. And it's more bigger because it's people with that was in that conversation that ain't in the same lane as I am. You know what I'm saying?
I get what you're saying, but what, did others have an issue with that or something? Because you spoke on it, I guess?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, 100%. 100%. 100%. Even though I didn't use no names or nothing, but just I think we're speaking on it because the person know they was wrong for even kind of putting that out there. You know what I'm saying?
I feel you.
You know, everybody don't want to grow up and say, man, you know what? I was wrong for even putting that out there.
Yeah.
You know, because everybody want to be right all the time. I don't want to be right all the time. I want to be fair. Mm-hmm. You know, I can talk a lot, but I listen more than I talk, just to be honest with you.
Really?
And so, like I said, it's all good. I was glad that kind of got out there. You got your trolls, like
me.
I don't think you're a troll.
In different, not the typical. Whenever you say trolls, you probably talking about them niggas that probably be what
I'm talking about the one that know it's a. I'm talking about the one that know it's a lie about you, and they still go with it.
Oh, okay.
Like them the trolls. If you're a troll, you just kind of pointing some stuff out. Like, cause I'm pointing stuff out all the time. But if you the troll that you know that's a lie, and you still just trying to push that narrative, that makes you a troll / hater to me. You know what I'm saying? And so, like, I just understand it. Like, I can't. If I see a hater, I'm just gonna call it out. That's what they don't like about me neither. What's sleep?
Cause you gonna call it out.
Cause I'm gonna call it out. They just don't like that about me. You know what I'm saying? I ain't mad at nobody. I'm gonna tell you something.
What's up?
And I gotta say this. Eddie Fresh don't like each other. Get what I said? Oh no, Cool Daddy Fresh. You know what I'm saying?
Why they say that shit?
Me and Cool Daddy
Fresh is behind. I ain't gonna lie. I don't really know much about Cool Daddy Fresh. Can we talk about that a little later?
Well, I'm gonna tell you this.
I don't know.
This ain't a shot. This is a good thing.
Yeah.
I didn't know he was from Louisville until about 2 or 3 years ago.
Bro, I didn't know that until I seen somebody comment that on a recent video that I had posted. It was like, bro, Cool Daddy Fresh is from what you said, Louisville.
And I still, I always tell people, like, the legends, the OGs, I respect their sacrifice. I respect everything Cool Daddy Fresh did. I don't dislike Cool Daddy Fresh at all. I can't not like nobody, and I don't know them like that. You know what I'm saying? And so that's what I was telling people. Like, sometimes you got to watch what you say, because if you say you and Cool Daddy Fresh don't, I don't know how you feel about me, but I don't dislike him or nothing. I ain't never had a relationship. He ain't never personally did nothing to me like that for me to dislike him. So don't put my name out there like that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? If you know what I'm saying.
Yeah. Hey, Goon, you funny, man, saying me and Kyree top 5 troll in the city. I don't even really think I'm a troll. Hey, so, look, a lot of people that watch your show, they probably wonder this. You know, when I first was introduced to, if you a live subscribe, I'm used to, I guess I'm going to just say, like, your usual setup. Like, my usual setup is wherever, with the whatever it was, what out east with the TV that basically had your logo on there, recording with that same, set?
Yeah, I want to, look, I'm finna tell, look, I just want to tell people this.
Hey, keep talking, man. I'm finna get a drink.
Okay, yeah. Yeah, I'm good. I'm good, because I'm good. And I still got this Sprite.
All right.
I be wanting to tell people this, Kyree. Just because something didn't work out with me and you, that don't make you a bad person. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. I'm a natural born. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is the stuff about the Geminis, what they say. I'm a natural born lover. You know what I'm saying? Like, if I rock with you,
boy.
If I rock with you, I super duper rock with you. You know what I'm saying? And so that don't mean everybody's gonna be like that. You know what I mean? And so even with like with somebody that I thought was solid like me, you know what I'm saying? And I ain't saying he no bad guy. See, that's what's wrong with these people. They be taking as people always trying to paint a bad picture on somebody.
Yeah.
I'm not saying he's no bad.
Do you want to, when you see the heat, do you want to say who you talking about?
No. I mean the last person I ain't never recorded number one person.
Okay, so
And you know they asked me. Yeah. You know. They asked me to come record with them. I did, you know what I mean? And ain't nothing wrong with that either. You know what I'm saying? And so even they had a nerve to going on talking about you didn't pay him. It was never nothing about no pay. I was doing. I think when people see you in a great space, in a great place with somebody who they can't go nowhere with, they kind of like a get in your ear. You know what I'm saying? And try to kind of create. I mess with anybody in Nashville. But once I know you petty, or once I know you monkey, like I hear that's working and grinding. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. I'm a person. Look, I'm a person out here that's working and grinding. Look, Kyree, I got a call today.
What up?
And then what they said? They said P, Keke Palmer, private party, album release. You know what I'm saying?
I'm pulling up. I'm pulling up, and I'm coming on. I'm staying.
But I'm saying, Kyree, they come from hard work, bro.
No, real shit.
That didn't come from just sitting in the house all day. You know what I'm saying?
He sneak dissing me in my face.
Man, no. This ain't my job. Ain't your job. You know what I'm saying? My job. Everybody got they different jobs. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And so I'm just saying, like, it just let me know that this is my place. You know what I'm saying? And so I feel like some people gonna miss out. You know what I'm saying? Like,
miss out.
I think some people gonna miss out on some great things going on when it's dealing with people like me, and they could have had it, and they can go on and do their success. All that's fine and dandy, but I done showed them that I can be successful in amount of time. You know what I'm saying? I'm not bragging, but guess what? The podcast wasn't that popular in Nashville until If You're Live Subscribe came. That's not being accurate. That's just speaking the truth. But see, guess what? When you say the truth, something like that, they don't like it. They want to try to call you arrogant. I already told them all that humble stuff is over with me. Yeah. Like you can miss me with being humble. You can miss me with all that. I know the hard work I've put in. And guess what? And the real people, they're gonna see it and they're gonna let me know the hard work. That's why I'm in people like Keke Palmer private party. Ain't no telling who gonna be there. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? And so I'm in there because of my hard work. Yeah. And so I'm not gonna let them take that from me. So if I'm telling you my story, I'm not telling you my story to tear somebody down. I'm letting you know this is what I done. If you're allowed to subscribe, I created that from ground up. Yes, did I have a little help? Yes, a little. I'm not trying to be like that. A little.
Yeah. I mean, look, I ain't gonna lie. I feel you when you say that, because like I can say the same thing. I didn't have a little help. Excuse me. I think some people, I guess somebody think, I'm gonna just say somebody think they bigger than the program, and right. I don't know if somebody's going around saying like, man, I have a certain amount of views, and it's a lot more views maybe than more people. Mm-hmm. You know, I done basically had somebody think like, man, I done a lot to help you, and the whole time, you know, I ain't gonna say it's not nothing, but some people think just coming to sit in front of your camera and you feel me, say some stuff, you know, give you content adds up to, you know, it ain't just look. A lot of people think, you know, it's just you press record on the video, you post it. That's it. The whole time, you feel me? You gotta kind of learn how to edit to a certain degree, unless you're gonna pay somebody. You gotta learn this camera shit. You gotta learn how to do titles. You gotta learn how to. It's a lot to go into it. So if somebody even did help you, they ain't even. That's not even accounting for all the fact that you had to think of a name, you had to think of a logo, you gotta get people on it. Like it's a lot to go into this shit.
Man, I'm gonna tell you something.
I know you feel me. Yeah.
Man, let me tell you something.
I done had that happen to me. Jelly Roll and people like that came to my platform that know that I ain't even gonna say they ain't really gained nothing from it, but I benefit more.
I got monetized off of Lido. Like I be trying to tell.
Hey,
look,
man, shout out to that man.
I be trying to tell people this. I got monetized. Look, I was right there on the brink of you know, that's always my ever since I've been into internet. Always been focused on how can I make money off of it? How can I get monetized on this site? Always. That's I came into it like that.
I feel you.
You know what I'm saying?
Ain't nothing wrong with that.
And so I've always, and not all about the money. I love the craft. Like here go, mama. I knew what time it was, and so that's the thing. If you're not in that algorithm, if you're not out there like that, and you come to our platform, like we doing the biggest job, because guess what? Your people ain't watching. If I get an average, I'm gonna say my average on YouTube is this. If I drop a YouTube video, my average is 400 to 500 views. So if you come on my platform, Kyree, or whoever, if I get 800 views, get what I know? It wasn't about 300 of yours, because I'm always gonna get 5.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? The videos like they should. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like they don't get their people to watch it. They don't take the link, you know what I'm saying, and share the link and stuff like that. And we're doing all that. We doing the editing, we doing the recording, we had to buy all the material, and now you just come on the couch like you some big celebrity, and just everybody just gonna watch you. And so, and that's the misconception about a lot when it got to do with this entertainment, when it's talking about podcasts and rapping. Just because you do podcasts or rap, that don't mean you're a celebrity. You know what I'm saying?
Look, quick question. I just want to add in something to what you said, though, because I feel like I'm going to see this comment. Why should they? Like, I know this kind of probably like a dumb question, but why should they share it?
Because they need to get people to watch them and know them. And then that's giving respect to the platform that you came on, because get what you know. Man, this person done built this platform. He done had Starlito on here. He done had Big Top on here. He done had Trap Mandel on here. He's had, so for me to come to this platform, it's obviously some big, you know what I'm saying?
Hey.
And so I just think that's a respect thing. Even my Facebook, I want to make sure that I'm giving homage to the person that brought me on their platform. Like I love what Lil Migo, man, shout out to it. Why come going online and saying, man, shout to be on What Sleep platform to repost his stuff? Yep. I know if somebody said something you like, you know what I'm saying? But they'll take if 50 Cent or Yo Gotti or somebody post something, oh, they gonna it is what it is.
Yeah, it is what it is. Influence is a motherfucker. Hey, real quick, hey, appreciate you for tapping in, like, man. I guess you on listen.
What up, Black?
Yeah, what up, Black? What up, Black?
Yeah, we were just talking about that. Yeah, about them and stuff. So what up, Black? Well, I just got the phone, Black. That's who I was on the phone with when I pulled up on you.
Man, like, man, pull up on me, man. It's been a minute, man. You quit fucking with little bro. God damn.
I always say to people like Black, man, they don't get enough
credit
with the artists, because, like I said, Black man, he's been behind ABK Gates.
A lot of people. He been bringing people together for a long time. Like, bro, when I first started, he been bringing people together. I gotta say that, bro. Niggas gotta know that. Black man been bringing people together.
Well, I'm finna tell Black man something too.
What up?
You also gotta tell your own story. They be getting mad when I be telling my own story, because I want you to know. You know what I'm saying? Like, say for instance, Kyree, if I go online and say, hey, I don't mess with such and such. I'm not trying to bash such and such. I want people to know, you know what I'm saying? I don't want to be a part of it. And sometimes even I tell people like, man, you got to tell your own story, because if people don't know, they just don't know.
Oh, I get what you're saying. Okay, yeah. Man, and look, bro, yeah. I don't even want to comment on that, but yeah, for sure.
When we talking about my content.
Look, I ain't gonna lie. I gotta get used to, like, I'm talking to you even though my back turned to you. Right. You know, we talk to the people. I ain't gonna lie. You tell me if you think different, but I think that's something I need to get better at, because I'm bad for just not. I'm cool with just letting people say whatever the fuck they
mad at me because I say I did my content. If you're a live subscriber, because I did, because I'm a creative type of person. I always been like that. I create.
Who is they? You said they got mad.
Well, whoever I was. Okay. Yeah, to say yeah, but such and such did this content. No, I did my content. Like, guess what? I said, do this, do that, do that. Did my camera guy add something? Yes. Like, that's just what they do. And so I give him his credit for what he get his credit for. But I'm gonna tell people how creative I am, because that's what make people want to work with me. And so you even got when I do skits. My skits be doing 300,000-400,000 views. You know what I'm saying? Like, That it don't. I can. You think everybody else does your stuff. Well, people be like, oh, okay, yeah, you really, yeah, this is what I do. It ain't knocking nobody down, and then everybody subscribe show.
How you come up with that name? Have you ever talked about that?
Man, no, look, so
You ain't never talked about that.
So look, I'm finna tell you something real quick.
What up, man?
It was right before Christmas in 2002. It was 2001, 2002. It was right before Christmas. And this what I said. I said, God, man, I just need somebody to teach me how to work on this internet, this YouTube and stuff. Because I'm more. And so the very first of the year, my homeboy Taz, Smoking Legal, he got his page is fire. Like he test the CBDs and all that and review the CBDs and shit. They pay him real good. They pay him real good to review CBD. And he said, Rick, he said, man, you gotta find a word to say, man, so people can know what you say. I said, if you allow, subscribe. And just like that. You know what I'm saying? Just stuck with it since then. And I just stuck with it since then. I feel you. You know what I'm saying? And so, yeah, that's why I tell people, like, it's okay for you to say you do your content. Look, I'm in the lab right now. I'm learning how to edit. I'm learning how to work cameras. Like, I'm learning how to, I understand now, sad as it is, you better learn how to do this stuff yourself because, man, it's something about black men. I'm sorry I got to say this on your live. What? No, it's something about black men, they don't want to come through for other black men. Like, even when you talking about, I was talking to Cameo Bobo today. Shout out to Cameo Bobo. And we was talking about how, like, it's so hard to get black men to our events. Like, we be having these events and plenty of women show up. Like, I'm talking about, we just had the event with Bree perform, Sibo, them doing comedy, Mike Drew, 300 people in there, 200. So hard to get black men to support each other. And I think it's easy for them to get jealous. Like, I think, like, my old camera guy was telling somebody he don't want to just be a camera guy. But that's what you was. You know what I'm saying? I mean, you could have had a conversation with me.
He's saying, you saying, is that the reason?
I'm talking about, and a couple of people done said, he said he didn't want to be a camera guy. What else was you? When we sat down and we had the conversation, you going to be the camera guy and I'm going to be the personality.
Yeah, like, I mean,
you know what I'm saying?
Not like kind of fall apart because some people just don't know their role. Like, go ahead.
100%. That's all I'm agreeing with you. 100%. They don't want to. I be thinking they get caught up in how you're getting treated because you're in front of the camera. Yeah. Let me ask you a question.
What's up? Oh, hey, shout out. Hey, appreciate you for tapping in. Click tight. What up with you, man?
I want to click tight. Yeah, I'm just with them.
Yeah. Shout out to him, man. Real. Yeah, go ahead.
What's Oprah Winfrey cameraman name?
Look, man, I don't know.
Okay.
And I'm pretty sure that the people that watch Oprah Winfrey, they don't give a damn. You feel me?
What?
I ain't gonna lie, I don't give a damn.
What's Drake's cameraman name?
Shit, man, but I don't give a damn.
What's Lil Baby cameraman name?
I don't know.
What's Lil Durk cameraman name?
Jerry. Hey, shout out to Lil. No, I know. I know him. The only reason why I know that shit though is because like I'm super tapped into the, it's what I do. It's what I came up doing. You know, I when I got my first camera, I started off shooting music videos, so that's the only reason why I know that. But bro, I ain't gonna lie, the average people that's watching rapper shit, they don't really give a damn about.
But I'm saying nobody knows them, and so why is Nashville is the only place to say, I want to give out a shot to the cameraman, and we haven't even made it nowhere. Why y'all don't want it to be me? That what I be asking. You gotta ask yourself this sometime. Like, and I ain't even talking about Nashville bag me up, but why y'all don't want it to be me? Like, why I've been doing a good job. I've been doing good leadership. The artists and everybody that I work with will tell you I lead them good. Shout out to King P. I have never met him personally.
King P, you talking about, that's Pistol, right?
Big Pistol.
Okay. Just making sure.
P. Gates. Kyree, do we need another leader in Nashville? That's my question.
To me?
I'm just saying, do we need a leader? Is that what we need in Nashville? Because just to come together, do we need another leader? I'm just asking. I don't know.
If I were to say anything, if we need another leader, I'd say community versus an older leader because I don't know. I just think the more younger, the more influential, consume the most shit. So I would say no. But if we did, if I were to say we did need another leader, I would say it needs to be somebody younger. Like that's what I think.
This
what you think?
This where this where that goes bad right here. You got pepper like King P. Pretty much tell the side of guy. I ain't never, like I said, I done been to concert. I ain't never met him personally. But what about if he's trying to bring something together? What about our South? So then you got to go get with Vac and Fridge and them and say, hey, this is what I'm doing. You know what I'm saying? I need y'all to bag it up. But look, but this is what Vac is saying. And not that he said he's saying this, but this what he's saying like, no. Then he go out to Nashville now. You know what I'm saying? Like, I got a good voice. They're saying I'm taking good leadership. And so what if I say, no, King P, why don't you get behind me?
I get where you...
And you got Kwani. Oh, no, King P, I'm a leader. And not saying these people said that. These people ain't said this. But I'm just giving you an example. Like, and so now you got to go out north. Bino. He got about the biggest influence out north as I can just come up with. So now...
Oh, so you basically like that can cause some issues?
It's already an issue. Because this is the thing about it is, we've been trying to put it together. So what makes you bigger than me? And so everybody got their own agenda. This is what Nashville needs. Nashville needs somebody with some money trying to do that. Guess what?
What's considered money? Like
what's considered money is somebody with a real no budget. It's somebody that got $5 to $10 million and they got $1 million that they saying they finna invest in this.
So
making money. It's a lot of us already actually smart and doing a good job. I have done it. I'm finna tell you something, Kyree. When anybody asks you, say that they don't like me, just ask them why. We haven't got an answer yet. But I can tell you why I don't mess with whoever I say I don't mess with. And so again, I'm saying, hey, I'm a good leader. So why P can't lead us? Why Ricky can't lead us? This money, or because Ricky ain't been the biggest rapper or something, he can't lead us. I beg to differ on that. I think some people, I think we done built some great platforms. I think we got great leadership.
Yeah.
I think Bree is a super leader. I think Kyree is a super leader. I think it's a lot of them that I think is already a super duper leader.
No, let me ask, why would you? I'm just curious. Why did you put my name in there? Why would you say I'm a?
Because you have built something bigger than you.
Okay. Kyree Thomas.
What sleep is bigger than your stuff. Mm-hmm. Your company is bigger than you. That's what LLCs and stuff is for. Because LLC is saying this is a company, and this person is supposed to get paid from the company. So your company is bigger than you. And you done built a better company than I've seen. And some people been working 20 your platforms. How many followers you got? Your engagement, your fans, who trying to get on your show, who want to get on the record with you. Yeah.
So, what's some qualities, if you can name 3?
First of all, you gotta have a good heart. First of all, you can't be no evil. You can't be evil. You gotta have a genuine good heart who love people. First of all,
okay.
If you don't like people, you're not a leader at all. You out of 10, out of 10 decisions, 9 of them better be good. You know what I'm saying? 9 of them better be good out of 10. Okay. Number 3, you gotta have the mindset to make some money. Because that's what it end up being. If you ain't got the money to do what you gotta do, then you ain't talking about nothing.
Yeah.
And so that's what good leaders are. Like, look, good leaders ain't good talkers. Good leaders don't sleep that much. Good leaders are outside. Because they have to be, a leader have to be in the mix. They might not be, I tell everybody like this. You go to Atlanta, where y'all going? They ain't at the mansion and they ain't at Strokers and all this. They at the places that the Atlanta people are at. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And so, yeah, so good leaders, man, just do great things, bro. Like, yeah, and so I can point a lot of them out. There's actually great leaders, but they just might not have the clout that everybody else has. You know, if you know what I'm saying.
Yeah, for sure. Well, I want to ask, why? Look, where did things go wrong between you and Ham2Funny? You want to speak on that?
Man, I'm gonna tell you something.
Cause look, well,
I do,
cause
I
look,
do,
I
I
ain't
do,
never
I would-
seen, I ain't never seen like you say nothing
I'm gonna tell
bad
you.
towards him. I ain't. The last time like I seen y'all together was at the podcast summit. Everything was cool, and then just
I'm gonna tell you.
Yeah.
I'm gonna tell you because I do want to speak on this because this ain't even like, man, like I'm so grown, homie, man. Like I don't even really play with people that's under my age because it just really ain't me. But I'm gonna tell you, the podcast summit, I thought it went great.
You talking about the last one that we was all at, right?
The one that we was all at.
Yeah, it was smooth. A lot of people saying how I ain't talk that much though, but
I loved it. I think. Look, I'm gonna tell you. I'm gonna tell you. Cruz called me, was like, "Hey, let's put some people together." So I ended up reaching out to church and a couple of people, all this and that.
Yeah.
But the first thing to reach out to Avriana. The reason I asked him that because Avriana was trying to do it first.
Oh, really? I ain't know.
Cruz, I didn't even know Cruz. He said, "I'm gonna reach out to me. I'm gonna reach out to this guy named Cruz." Reached out to Cruz. Cruz was really like on some now. He ain't want to do nothing. You know what I mean? He was, he was just like he ain't want to really do nothing. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And Aaron was like, cool. And he did say something he ended up reaching back out to me, and I reached back out to everybody. And so I thought we had, you know what I'm saying, I just thought it was good. We met each other, we ate, and everybody was kind of like cool. And man, we finna do this podcast thing, and everybody just keep going.
Yeah.
And so I ended up watching one. Man, that stuff's so childish. Like I'm not even on no childish stuff.
Yeah.
But they was talking about the podcast summit, and Ham2Funny was like saying something about like it didn't go like something. Like what happened? And so I commented on the YouTube post, and he ended up sending it back to me through the DM. I was like, man, I thought everybody was cool. I thought everybody had a good time. All this and that. And so like I don't too much get down with people that every time they see you be like, man, you need to slow down, or man, you doing too much, or this and that. It's like that like show me a little jealousy, but he's always been that guy. You know what I'm saying? And so I'm like, and to me, I'm you saying it like playing, you really not playing. You know what I'm saying?
I feel you.
And so at the end of the day, we went back and forth on the post one day, and we like, man, just don't say my name, and I ain't gonna say yours. You know what I'm saying? And like,
Well,
they don't like when somebody else is doing something that they know doing it way better than them. You know what I'm saying? I beat y'all in personality of the year. I beat you on that. I beat you in podcast of the year. You know what I'm saying? I just think some people just don't like, cause we was even having a conversation. He was saying something about competition on my level. Like you have to, man.
wait, hold on. This conversation y'all having with each other?
Yeah. And he was like, competition is cool. I'm having this conversation. And so you already let me know you in competition with me. And again, it goes back to what I was even saying about the Kool-Aid first. Like, just because you in competition with me, that don't mean I'm in competition with you. That's what people do with me. That I'm not in competition with, because you're beneath me. You ain't on my level of what I'm doing.
Hold on, that's bold though. You saying you beneath?
I'm saying.
See, I'm low key trolling a little bit.
No, I get what you're saying. But that's what I'm saying. I'm saying, if I'm doing better than you, if we're in a basketball game and I'm beating you to 100 to 25, I'm just beating you, bro.
Yeah, I feel.
Turn. I understand how tables turn, but as of right now, like I can't stoop down to your level.
So what are you kind of saying? Like the jokes and shit that he throws is
Let
kind of
him
like,
have it.
oh, I feel you.
You know what I'm saying? I let him have it. Like, it ain't nothing that I can, it's not entertaining to me. You know what I'm saying? Like, it ain't, man, my people don't even, this the thing about it is, my people don't even know you. And hopefully you might be getting your people to know me. Like, send them over here. The one thing what you don't want to do is you don't want to send your people over here and they see I'm not a hater and then they be looking at you different. So you need to watch who you talk about, because when people come onto my platform, they gonna off the rip, no, man, dude ain't no hater, bro.
I mean,
Dude is just a solid guy. And his people gonna tell you that. And so it's just gonna make you look like a hater. So I don't pay most of these guys, I just don't pay them no attention. It don't mean nothing to me. It don't matter to me. You know what I'm saying? Like, say what you gotta say. Like, nigga, that stuff don't phase me. Like, I ain't in my feelings like that. Kyree.
so basically, it's just started due to some shit.
It started due to some
Comments.
Yeah, it started due to just
It was like deeper than that.
no, it ain't.
Well, so you swear it ain't
I
just
swear to God,
why he do that, y'all? Look
it's
at him.
crazy. No, but I'm saying it sound crazy, don't it? Sound like nothing really will. It's always one bad apple that spoiled a bunch. And guess what? And just because they ain't gonna say nothing to you, Cruz might not say nothing, church or something, they might not say nothing. But I'm gonna say something because I can't be around fake people. So I'm gonna let it be known. I heard what you said. This ain't no beef or nothing that don't come from where I'm coming from. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I done seen too many people dead. You know what I mean? Like, beef to me is something different from what everybody else know. You know what I'm saying? My best friend that got killed right in front of my face. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And so no, dude. Man, I'm letting whoever say whatever they want to say. Like, man, running in the ground, bro. Some stuff it ain't even for me to entertain in that. I mean, you past that. And when I'm saying past level, I'm talking about thinking, where you. That's what I'm talking about. Man, I ain't got time to play with you and put my life in jeopardy of being away from my kids again. We ain't doing that. And you got kids in the family too, and you know you don't want that. Come on, man. That ain't, everybody know that they ain't, if that ain't what you about, man, don't try to play like that's what you about. Like, come on, man, everybody playing it safe around here, bro. Like, ain't nobody with that, man. Everybody trying to live. Man, everybody want to go home, see their family at night. I would hope so, unless you're a fool. And so, no, that's why it's not a beef to me. It's so small. It's over something so stupid. Yeah. Because I checked you on something you said, and you shouldn't have, you know what I mean? I just feel like, man, if you didn't like what went on, don't spread it like it was something bad went on. It was on it. I'm supporting it. I ain't threatened by it. That's what I'm saying. I'm not in competition with nobody in Nashville.
Stuff that he just saying is just like, just him being, Ham being funny. You don't think kind of that maybe?
Well, I don't know him like that, and so that I didn't. That's why I didn't take it personal.
Oh, okay,
because
okay.
It's Ham2Funny, and so that he just, you know what I mean. I guess he might be just being funny. I ain't take it personal.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It ain't nothing for me to take personal. A threat to me is you saying you finna come do something to me. If that's a threat, what I supposed to do? I can be funny back or something. But I don't want my people to know you on my page. My people don't care nothing about that. They gonna look at me strange like, you arguing with him? I'm just being honest with you.
Yeah, like dude, whenever the stuff that happened, with whenever, Exclusive, had his, rant and, was doing whatever he was doing, I ain't never say nothing at the time. But whenever I was doing my videos, really just posting my content, a lot of people was kind of looking at me like, man, bro, why is you kind of...
And I think for me, because I love you and Six, man, and I think, and I told Six this, he just made a mistake. And Six he ain't no hater. I know haters when I see them. But guess what? You had the right to feel how you felt.
We talking about him?
Yeah, I'm just saying you had the right to feel how you felt, because if a person even bring up your name, like that's how I'm looking. if you brown for it, I ain't gonna, but I am gonna respond, feel however I feel about you. But I just know, I know you not no hater. I know Six not no hater. Six know he was wrong for what he did. You know what I'm saying? He shouldn't have never said your name. And I think he and I think he have, you know what I mean, acknowledged that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, he did.
And so at the end of the day is, man, look, we got great platforms in Nashville, and I think we got to stick more closer together instead of just trying to. Some people I have put them in that like you just a hater, and I'm just gonna set you over there, and you gonna be over there. And some people I'm gonna say, man, you just made a mistake. You might got caught up in your feelings. You might just got you people I don't put in that their hater range.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because I know they ain't.
Well, basically, you saying you don't really feel like he's what you would consider.
Up, you know what I'm saying? Because like, and Six know this. Like, even some guys who you might not even know said something like Six. They were wrong. Like, you shouldn't have said Kyree name. You know what I'm saying? So I think he, you know what I'm saying, he received it. He didn't try to no fuck. They didn't say yeah, man. He was like, yeah, man. I was just, you know what I'm saying? And so, man, I just feel like where both of y'all are, like I just that I had a right to respond to, but I didn't have to put it like that.
I feel you.
You know what I mean? So, you know, it is what it is.
Hey, what you think about the, I'm gonna pull it up so you can see it. What you think about what Quanti Cash doing with the Build Up Foundation?
Oh my goodness, hey dude, when I'm gonna tell you something about that. It's one thing when you do something and you just doing it, and the kids are just there, man. Man, dude, them kids really done grew to like, you know what I'm saying? I get a lot of my practice at Buff on Saturday. You know what I'm saying? Just why I ain't recording, like, I'm recording with the kid. He get enough of his props. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, he could get in some other areas, but we was talking about this the other day, and I was telling them, like, Quanti, you don't get all your props because you do too much. You know what I'm saying? So you the best person with kids. You know what I'm saying? Then you get that. Quanti, you the best community activist. And so I think it's like you don't want to give a person too much.
Why not?
That's what I'm saying.
Oh,
I'm just
hey, well, let me ask you, don't know too much about Quanti Cash. What's a song? What's the first song that you heard from him that you heard everybody playing? Was it alright? What?
That when that eye popped off. Well, I'm gonna tell you, and this just a off the clock song, and I told him this. I thought it was gonna blow way bigger than it was. That what you said. What you said. You know what I'm saying? I thought that was because, again, we always talk about the Nashville sound.
Yeah.
That's because people move away from the slang. And so that what you said was a Nashville slang, and I thought it was just going I thought it was gonna do super duper. I thought it was gonna be his biggest, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Just because, and again, Quanti, the person who invited me to Keke Palmer, I met through Quanti. I'm gonna tell you something. What I respect about Quanti and Bree. I'm sorry. I know I bring these guys' name up a lot.
Good.
Don't make no sense just off the random. Okay. Like I said, I wouldn't be I think Nashville is really missing out on an opportunity with the people that can turn people. And so, man, Q, man, I mean, I can't say enough about them. They might think I brag too much, but I mean, when a person do that much for you, even when you're talking about, when I'm talking about when I was doing Instacart, recording my Instacart videos, Q was posting them. He didn't really know what it was, but he knew I was doing content. You know what I'm saying?
Just showing this support.
And so I can't, even you talking about Bree, like, I'm supposed to have R-Truth from WWE. He linked me in with him, and it's what's going to pump. If these podcasts keep pumping up, the entertainment here in Nashville is gonna keep pumping up. And like I said, man, them two guys, man, they just always just look out, you know what I mean, and show me super duper love. That's why I can't say enough about
him. He was actually the very first artist that ever hopped on one of my beats, I think. Yeah. So, yeah.
What you think about Bree and how far he came and what he's doing?
Bruh, see, I'm actually glad you asked me that because look, everybody that watched this that went to school with both of us, like to see him in the position that he's in now, it's kind of like it's not even surprising. You feel me?
Okay.
Because like I remember back when we was in middle school on Facebook, and man, you would see like him make posts on Facebook about just, how he's aspiring to be a rapper or what his next move was. Like that was something that he basically he worked his way to where he is, like every step of the way. And I seen just the whole journey and just the I was in a PlayStation party with somebody yesterday, but they said this about somebody else. They was like,
I love what Lotus doing.
yeah,
I
me
love
too.
what Lotus doing too.
Me, Lotus, and it was basically like, man, I ain't gonna lie. If I seen Lotus like on TV in about 4-5 years, like I wouldn't even be surprised. And I basically feel that same way about Bree, because it's kind of like he basically had a goal when he was young, and he just set himself out to do it. And but
Is that MCD on?
we was
Before we get off the Bree situation, because I want to talk about MCD too.
Yeah.
But why come he can't be the leader?
Shit, I don't know. I mean, I think he could. He
Smart person.
He grew up here. He has a lot of influence.
He's built his platform to be this. Why come he can't be the leader? Why come we just can't get behind him? Just say, Bree, you the leader. We're gonna get behind you.
I don't know, maybe, and then maybe it's something that the people got me as a leader. I see why you say that. The only thing that I would say is that like I'm not, just how kind of like you said like T.I.'s like what he's outside or whatever. I'm not a nigga that's like just outside yet, and I got a handful of reasons for that. I feel like I got a lot of work to do, a whole lot of work, but I mean he's outside too, like right times. Like I could definitely see Bree being a leader, and that could me being a little biased because I've been a supporter of him for a long ass time. Like I said, I seen him from fucking middle school when he was Lil Bree. You feel me? So yeah. But yeah, tell me about so who is MCD? Like tell me about him.
Hey man, I had the pleasure.
Oh, was you finna ask me something about him?
Well, no, I had the pleasure with being the MCD in the studio a couple weeks ago.
Shout out to him.
He the one got the the Tennessee Titans song and stuff like that.
Oh, okay.
And I'm not saying that. Again, it's a lot of people. You can't get behind anybody. You know what I'm saying? Like you can be the best rapper content, and you ain't mingling in different places. Then we really can't just bag your rap up because you're not going to do the job. I was talking to Lack Man earlier, and he was talking about how many times he's been in certain situations and thought it was going to go over the hill. And nobody knows what.
When you say over the hill, what exactly does that
mean?
That
means you got a super duper hot song.
Oh,
you got a buzz in the Nashville city, and then the buzz is going outside the city. And this is what you think. And
it didn't go as far as you think, basically.
Well, it's the artist. It's considered. I'm gonna say it's on the artist because you have to sell your song and yourself. And so even with MCD, man, he sold his song so good the Titans picked it up. And so, man, it's something about like I've been in those positions to where like I was bagging up a certain artist and we was just there. Boom, we right there. And then the artist start flaking.
Well, flaking by like what? Not showing up to.
Man, guess what? You might be an artist and you might be in too much beef.
Oh.
You got a hit song out there.
Yeah.
Now you can't even. You in more shootouts than you doing shows.
Man, I hate that shit, man. When it's like a dope ass artist, but they just so much in the streets that it eventually. Man, see, look, I don't know if you know Young Polo, but that's somebody from Chattanooga that was doing this thing out in Knoxville that got caught up in whatever. But I ain't gonna lie, that's like from artists that I done discovered over the last 5 years, he is like undeniably my favorite. He had recently this year, according to CMP Network, he had got sentenced to 10 years. And it's just like, man, I hate it when an artist is just like so into, just other shit that they not as focused on music as much as maybe they should. I can't even say as much as they should because you never know what somebody got going on. But man, I hate that.
Do you think it's a good thing that people can see the greatness in you and you can't see it?
You talking about in general or you talking about me?
And I'm just talking about in general. Like you might be around the artist and you looking at this man saying, look, man, the streets are bagging you up. you got the talent, and you can see like you finna go to jail or something. You know what I mean? You out here BSing. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, so what's exactly your question again?
I'm just saying, how do you deal with, you know what I'm saying? Like if you see an artist and you know they everything that they need to be to go to the next level, and you know they ain't doing what's right. What's your conversation with them? Like, do you encourage them to do right, or you just let them do what they do? You know what I'm
Well,
saying?
okay, I get what you're saying, and I ain't even gonna lie, man. I done had the only thing, like, look, the only thing that I personally do is, man, I just reach out to some people just randomly and just check up on them and just or I might say like, man, I was listening to this and I just figured, you feel me, I hit you up because I guess one of the benefits that I have is that damn near any rapper that we thinking about, I can kind of just hit them up or text them or call them and just say, hey, how you doing, or whatever. That's kind of like how I try to keep people that that's how I try to keep you encouraged. Like, I think the artist that I probably talk to the most is probably Top. Just on some random shit. Like, bro, honestly, when we talk, we don't even talk about music for real. And it was actually funny because the last time we had talked, this nigga hit me up saying, "Damn, bro, I ain't too good enough to get up on the live stream," or some shit like that. But that's kind of like how I try to keep people that I know
How
encouraged
did
on
you
whatever.
get that relationship with Top? Like you got, like, you know what I mean, like this, and like Top, like, and I know he's been to other platforms, but like when you and him kind of linked, it was just like Top and one sleep, like, you know, everything coming out one sleep.
Man, well, you know what? You talk to me. We've had conversations, just outside of all of this, just about just random shit.
Yeah.
Right? Me and him, we actually got mutuals. Like, his main producer, Tanner, that's actually somebody that like I done known for 10 plus years. Like, I think right after I had kind of like stopped making beats and I switched to the cameras,
Mm-hmm.
Tanner had started making beats. Tanner fire that shit up.
Yep.
That's his main producer. They I say real good friends with, like he good friends with them as well. So, the more kind of like I already knew him because we damn near kind of like what in the same circle. So we had the same conversations damn near. We had the same. I guess when we had finally like met and we just kicked it, he was probably like, damn. So he ain't this weird ass nigga that niggas probably thinking. Like, he actually a cool dude. And I think the last guy that I had on here, my friend Charlie, he said, man, I think a lot of people got misconceptions on you. They probably think kind of like how 1234 said. He a weird nigga. Like, I'm not a person that's just, and like over all this time I've been doing this shit, like I ain't never really been the type to just get on here and express myself, talk to people, and I ain't never really done too many interviews until I went through the chemotherapy shit. So people don't know me like that. I spent enough time around him, and he knew through other people to actually know me. So I think that's probably what it is. And plus, I don't know. I think I'm just real good at what I do, to be honest. So
You think Starlet? So you think that's why Starlito kind of
prob-
migrated over here because of like Top? You know what I mean? Just
probably like
okay.
I honestly like, man, I ain't gonna lie. Like, I told him, but man, I am my favorite rapper since forever. Like, we talking like forever.
Yeah.
I can't even say how long it's been. But when I first started with Sleep, I was like writing down like all my goals and shit. I was like, man, I need to get an interview with Starlito. And bro, I reached out to bro probably about 15, 20 times and or whatever, right? But I noticed that, after I had done, a bunch of work with Top, that I seen him interacting, with the content. Like, it's some people that should I probably reach out to him maybe about 10. You feel me?
I'm gonna tell you something about Lito.
What?
Lito is just that particular type of person. Like, you have to show Lito what you can do before.
Yeah,
but if you
yeah,
what's going on, and once you show him that you worthy of him coming to your platform, because it gotta be, look, with his status, it gotta be worth it for him to come on your platform.
real shit.
You know what I'm saying? And that's just law. You know what I mean? And so, like, that's a real compliment when a person like Lito come on your platform, because you know how particular, if you know how particular he is about his craft.
Yeah. Yeah.
So that was, you know what I'm saying? I think that was, what's your biggest interview you think?
like views combined all together.
Well, I'm just saying your biggest interview that you think that really kind of set what sleep on a good path.
Bro, the Jelly
Yeah,
Roll and
yeah.
Struggle Jennings
That was
interview.
all. That was all.
Honestly, like I don't
Have
really.
you heard anything from Jelly Roll lately or coming back or anything? Yeah.
Not lately. And I actually know he got a new number, and I know his fucking Instagram DMs is filled like a
Yeah, facts.
motherfucker. So
Facts.
I know, just like I just need to get his number. I need to wait till, you feel me, he reach out to me or something like that. But man, meet me, or like I try to put in perspective, like, hey, what I do, I tell him like, yeah, you know, I interviewed Jelly Roll before. They be like, bro, you interviewed Jelly Roll? I'm
Right.
like, yeah, like
Yeah.
I got to interview Jelly Roll and Struggle Jennings first year in, and still to this day, I ain't even gonna say that video has the most views, but like, let's say if I did a Jelly Roll interview today, bro, that shit did so many views compared, because like that was my first year in. I ain't have no views like that for real. But if I did an interview with them today, bro, I ain't gonna lie, I think that shit
If
up.
I could look,
But
man, but
I had to say that one.
I think Jelly's gonna I think he's gonna make his rounds when he finally. Because I mean, with a person like me that's been in entertainment for so long, I understand it take a minute just to get in rotation. Really, you know what I'm saying? Especially when you sign with these labels. And I always tell people that, like Jelly, you still got to think he's still signed with a label.
Yeah.
And he got obligations. And nobody, if you like it or not that nobody just could get told what to do, but his label still has.
Right.
And so, man, I understand people got obligations. You know what I'm saying? Just I respect Jelly Roll for still staying in touch. Like he hit Jazz and was like, nigga, when I come to town,
yeah,
I'm gonna give you a bag. You know what I'm saying?
yeah. And you know what? Actually, I miss this shit too much, but it'd be too much. Cause think about it. I'm posting 3-4 times a day on 5 different platforms every day. Like I got that shit turned off. So I can't really just honestly say if he's just actively like liking and all that type of shit. Cause you know, I mean, probably busy, but you know, I did an interview with Mr. Mac. Like I went down to Knoxville to interview him, and he actually told me that, man, I ain't talked to Jelly Roll in a minute, but he said that after, you know, Mr. Mac did the interview with me, and this is back in 2023, that, you know, he had finally hit up Jelly had finally hit him up again, and he said, man, I ain't gonna lie, after that I was like, damn, this little nigga the nigga. I couldn't do shit but laugh. But I think and you know, he's active in, you know, the Nashville communities.
Yeah.
Like, you know, I see he comments on, you know, Al Six shit. I seen, you know, like you said, he commented on Jazz. I'm pretty sure he be seeing shit. So
and he was supposed to get on that. You know what I mean?
He is.
He's supposed to. I mean, he said. I mean, I know he said something. You know what I mean? Like, I might hop on this or whatever. I might need to hop on this or whatever.
Yeah.
And but then that's another thing. Like, are you gonna rap on it? I'm gonna tell you something. Muggs a Million had a good idea.
What'd he say?
But it'll take the hook. Muggs a Million was talking about Jelly Roll getting on that hook. Can't be ballin'. Like he redo the hook. You know what I'm saying? And I'm just saying.
Ooh,
I thought that was a good idea.
Man, who do you think would be? You just pick one person. Who do you think would best fit that song?
I'm gonna tell you, man. I'm be totally honest with you. Paper, Star, Buck, and Kwani.
All 4 of them on one?
All 4 of them on it. With on their hook. I would do it like that on the strength of I'll make the song long. It's stuck on this short song. Yeah. I'll make it long, and I'll put the legends on there, and I'll see how far it stretch.
Shit, I think just putting 2 legends on that motherfucker that shit gonna make it, you know, reach a lot of more people. But did you see Big Top shit? You see Top shit?
Mm-mm.
Man, he had a fire ass.
Oh, talking about the remix?
Yeah.
I saw Top. I saw Top. He was one of the first ones that he's one of the first ones to hit. Yeah,
on that, because I low key ain't even finished on what I was saying about that. But actually, in it, you know, us talking about the remix made me just realize, well, like he's really a way better artist than I think a lot of people realize. And once he had did that song, and just how on topic he stayed, and you know how he still threw his little jokes in there and all that type of shit. And well, what else did he do? I don't even think this is some biased shit. Have one of the best. I mean, I think, you know, me being able to, you know, build this blog and
what Top need to do.
What?
Top just need to go lock himself in the studio.
Shit, he did that last summer.
I'm just he
Well,
just
well
need to
hold on.
keep.
When you say like yourself, and
Like, even hearing his story, like everybody like Top, you need to rap, you need to rap, you need to rap. Top is still a new artist, bro.
yeah, I don't even know exactly when he started. I think it was like 2021.
He's and I'm talking about taking it serious. Top's still a new. You
Yeah,
got to
he's
think
still
Top's still a
new.
new artist.
He's still new, kind of like how you knew.
He's
Yeah, you're like I'm
he's
still fairly new.
He's
You feel
still
me?
he's
You
still
you
trying
knew.
to. Yeah, I'm
Yeah,
new.
yeah, y'all. Well, no, you started in 2023.
Yeah.
Yeah, he kind of like 2021. So yeah, he really he
But
is
I'm
still
saying
new.
he wasn't even going hard at him until about a year ago. That's when he just really came out and said, I'm gonna be a rapper. You know what I'm saying?
Real shit.
And I think, and that's what I'm saying. Like, it take a minute for you to look. I'm gonna tell you, Top give me.
I see what you mean by that though.
You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
yeah.
And when Top finally get his flow to the top of the, but it's more to come with it.
Yeah, I see.
It's just more to come with it. You got to think. Top average artist usually take about 10 years to get on.
Yep. Oh shit! Look, bro, that's what Jelly Roll said in our interview. He said, "Bro, music is a 10-year grind." I had Lil Ski, you feel me? Like I said something to Lil Ski about that, in the blog that we did. But yeah, he was basically saying that like music is a 10-year grind, and like yeah, that's shit facts. Shit,
Let me tell you something.
What's up?
I missed out on his reign while he was here, man. R.I.P. to Lil Ski, man. Like that dude, he was the wave changer. Like
yeah,
I just now as seeing it, like man, and me and his dad, shout out to and that dude right there, man, he was the wave changer, bro. Like
shit.
my daughter said, yeah, I wanted to for my 16th birthday, I wanted Lil Ski, but he did, he died, and so man, he was just that wave dude, and I didn't even of all the, but yeah, man, we got them Cashville got them guys, but this is the thing about it is his name come up in every rap conversation. You know what I like about it?
So how kind of like how you said you didn't really get to watch too much of his campaign.
Mm-hmm.
I got to watch the whole thing, and like I'm gonna just say this, bro. In the beginning, honestly, and man, look, man, anybody, please don't fucking take offense to this shit. Like, bro, me and Lil Ski was real cool. Like, we talking about like, bro, me and Lil Ski was cool. Like, we had conversations about a lot of shit that a lot of people probably don't know about, like in private. I'm not, even though like I am an internet nigga, like I'm not one of them niggas that just run to the internet with everything. But basically, bro, I basically went from not really being that much of really not being a fan of his music up until probably like, so he started around 2019, 2020, 2021. I'm gonna say, I think 2022 or mid 2021, he really started to find his flow. My favorite song by him is Real Life. You ever heard that?
That bitch so that Gangsta Party.
Gangsta Party. Okay, yeah, yeah. But bro, I'd seen him basically develop into Lil Ski. Like the Lil Ski that you probably know, like he ain't always been that, music wise. Mm-hmm. But he never gave up. Motherfuckers ain't saying that shit now, bro. He got some hard, bro. He got some songs I still listen to every fucking day.
I went back to YouTube and this. I'm like, man, yeah. He just had that. That was a mean wave gone, bro. Like, no, man, wave gone, bro.
Look, man, I was really fucked up when he passed, and honestly, it was like official that he had, basically passed. I was thinking to myself, like, bro, I wish that I could have pushed him more. Like, I wish that like I would have took what I was doing more and kind of like took us being friends out of it and was like, man, let's do some more business shit too. Because I don't know, I mean, they probably could have changed some things, you feel me, for both of us. Because like I think he was coming up with what people consider the Nashville sound.
Me too. I saw him out there in Antioch, and I was like, man, I'm Rick, man, I'm P, man. I'm from my East, man, North 6, man, your daddy was cool. I said, man, I wouldn't mind, sitting down, trying to get a deal or something. I was like, man, you hot? He was like, man, he said, man, I ain't messed up with that, man. And he was like, man, call me, gave me his number. Man, dude, let me see. I'm for this. I gave me his number. 0666.
Okay.
I'm just, you know what I mean? And we, you know, like you said, maybe they could have did something. You know what I mean? He was like, man, I'm open to get a deal right there. And we just had a good conversation. Yeah, man. And I just hated that, man. I hated that.
Yeah, and you know that's a compliment that he would actually sit down with you because I think people probably know this now, but he ain't really just like some.
He didn't even have none, did he? Did he have?
He had a few, but when we talking about like some real sit down interviews, like that ain't just really because in the vlog, you feel me? He was talking and he was talking and he was talking and he was talking. I was like, damn, bro, I got some shit to say.
Yeah.
You know, off camera, I can't remember, you feel me, what was said, but you know, he had laughed, troll, but he had some shit to say. Like he didn't do interviews like that.
And I'm gonna tell you what like that's my
YouTube.
Yes, like that's my site to where like, yeah, you can have a good Instagram following, Facebook, all that, but if your YouTube ain't doing nothing,
yeah, that's what really matters.
That's what really matters for real. And like his YouTube, he was teaching his homeboys. He was like, man, you need to get a YouTube. You need to get a YouTube. And his YouTube was really rocking. And that's what let you know who he was. You know what I'm saying? And so, if you can't get that YouTube rocking, like I tell any artist, you got to find out a way to get that YouTube smacking.
It's the biggest thing, bro. YouTube is what damn near what mattered the most.
It's what matters.
Yeah. So, man, let me ask you this, cause who you listening to, like new artists? Are you listening to anybody new down here from the Ville? Like anybody new that impresses you or not really?
Man, I'm gonna tell you, it's a couple of people that he been working super duper hard. He's one been working super duper hard.
I heard him.
He been working. STS, they whole clique. Cashmere Alicia, Cuddy, Big CEO, they been, you know what I'm saying? And so those guys who I just pointed out, man, they on my timeline and they actually making good videos with a vengeance. You gotta have that hit. You gotta have that undeniable. I was over there with Hello Dante last night, and I preached you taking that, they gonna like it. You have to have that. And so I think them guys, they moving up the totem pole. And I think STS got a lot of smashes, got a lot of hits. And I know they brought Gucci and shit to the city.
Oh, for real?
Yeah, they don't want to have Gucci Man down here and stuff. But I don't think they get but them boys, man, them boys making some music.
You got to meet him, bro. You talk about that interaction with Charleston White.
Look, man. Then what I want to say to Nashville.
What's up?
Charleston White really likes Nashville, bro. For the people that don't know, I know most of us know this. Charleston White credits Nashville for making him famous.
Really?
Yes.
Do you know more about that? Can you tell us about that? What happened?
Pistol, Pistol was super big on posting on Facebook, and he posted on Instagram too. But he was just seeing Charleston White videos, and he was reposting them.
Yeah.
And Charleston White didn't even know. I didn't even think I even followed Pistol on Facebook at that time. But Charleston White, Pistol was posting Charleston White, and he said the people in Nashville were saying, "You funny." And he was like, "I'm not funny. I'm being real, this, that." And then he said he finally looked up one day and said, "Man, they right. I'm funny." And so he started doing, you know what I'm saying? Believing in him being funny and stuff. And so he created Nashville. I'm going to tell you something. And they got on me real bad about this. They don't understand that we as podcasters have to do a job. It don't matter if you snitch. If you come to the city of Nashville, our job is to get you on this podcast and to question you about what you done did and why you said this and why you. Instead of Nashville being like, "Yeah, man, Charles need to go on If You're Live Subscribe. I know P gonna press him." They more like, "Oh, he having a snitch on." I don't care. You can call him what you want to call him. I don't care. I don't care about that. My job is to interview him on whatever questions I want to interview him about. Yeah. And so Nashville is so small, and not all of them, but it got nothing to do with business.
At all.
I was explaining this that's just like if you're a hairdresser If somebody booked you for a $500 appointment, you gonna say, I'm not gonna do your hair because you told on somebody. You got a good platform and you monetize, you can make 10,000 off Charleston White.
Like a motherfucker. Consistent. Well,
They don't, and Pistol explained it best. He said, Pistol said, yeah, why everybody, you know what I'm saying, trying to get with Charleston. And so we can't get on another level just by interviewing local people. So we need people like Charleston White that's in the algorithm to interview him and to even get our platform. You looking at a $10,000 video plus 10,000 subscribers.
I think a lot of people can say most of our fans. The average person don't really.
I say that. Look, I say that about haters all the time. Your haters are so much of a small percentage of the people that's watching you. They just louder. Mm-hmm. Your haters is just super duper loud. Your supporters, they just go support. They'll go buy something from you. They'll like your stuff. They'll comment. Your haters, they gonna get loud. They gonna get in there and say, I don't like Ricky, huh? I don't like Kyree. And then everybody gonna be like, ooh, he said that out loud. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah. Boom. And your haters are just louder. And so, yes, it's only a small fragment of people that care about who done snitched on somebody. The business people don't care. That's just like Publix saying, Charleston White, you can't come in no public because you told on somebody. Like, it don't make no sense. But I commit girls. I'm arguing with girls and everything about me on the picture with Charleston White.
For real?
Yeah.
What, this on Facebook or some shit like that?
Girls don't follow me, argue with me in my DM and all this and that. Said one of them told me, Charleston White gonna get somebody in the feds. How he gonna get somebody in the feds? The people who's talking about his snitch. He come and deal with the people like us that do podcasts that he can't do nothing but get on our. And so, I'm gonna tell you something though.
What's up?
What they mad was he was right about what he said. When he said, Nashville don't mess with each other, this and that. He came down here and disturbed the whole Nashville.
Bro, you know what tripped me out though? That's kind of how I looked at it. Can see that? Like, that's crazy. That was crazy to me.
This is what Nashville didn't know. They came down here and made millions of dollars right here in Nashville. They had one of the biggest streamers of what we doing now.
Oh yeah.
Aiden Ross down here. And a person like Charleston White trying to bring some revenue to Nashville, Tennessee because he actually like it, and you just can't get people to understand that. You can't get people to see the bigger picture of what's going on, and that's why we can't even get in and make no money. And they was talking about Jazz want to fight him for $100,000. Well, Jazz, I'm sorry to tell you this, but they said Charleston White made $500,000 off that fight.
Damn.
So why is he gonna dim down what he made to fight you for $100,000?
Whoa, do you know what Jazz issues with him was, anyways?
No, Jazz was just mad
being
because
funny.
See, I'm gonna tell you, this is what Nashville think right here. Nashville people think they can hit you and you ain't gonna hit back. Charleston White only said the stuff he said about Nashville because they was trolling him. They was talking about, snitch, don't come back to our city. They was live. And so I guess you expected Charleston White not to say nothing back. What was he supposed to do, Kyree? Everybody, they done call him snitch. They talk crazy to him, talking about don't come to Nashville. They just expect the biggest troll to sit back and do nothing. And he even came back and said, I posted it when he was saying, man, I want to put Nashville on. What I look like down in the city that made me. That's why Charles White said, I don't want to fight nobody in Nashville. He said, I don't want. And so, man, they don't understand what we doing, Kyree. And we hate to lose friends. Like, even the girl that don't follow me that I argue with, like, I looked at her like a friend. We was cool. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, so this is one of your actual friends.
Yeah, we was cool. We was super duper cool.
Damn.
I wanted to get in podcast, but it wasn't enough money. I said, this is $1 billion industry. So what ain't enough money to you? How much money do you need? You know what I'm saying? And so I knew that was a shot towards me. Like, I ain't getting in nothing that doesn't make no money. Well, you don't know. You don't know what it's making. You don't know how to make no money.
Look, man, I ain't even on computers, bro. I had my first computer. It was really my mama's. Like I talk about this in interviews all the time. It was my mama's computer. I was about 6 years old. And that's basically. I mean, I've spent my whole life just doing computer shit. Like I never really got into. What am I finna do in my life? Like all I know is computer shit. But shit now, bro, that's where the fucking bag at. She really think it ain't no money in this shit. Yeah, bro, I look, bro. They say don't put all your eggs in one basket, but when I look and I just think about everything I know, like eventually I'm gonna learn how to cut hair. That's a good trade to have, and eventually I will get my CDLs. You feel me? But when it come to anything else, like, bro, I all I got is the internet, damn near for real. Well, I ain't even gonna say the internet, but technology. Like I'm good in all aspects of technology. Like as long as like I got a computer, a decent computer, shit, some Wi-Fi, I'm gonna be straight. I'm gonna figure out how to make some money. But it's been like that for a minute. But she's tripping saying that. I ain't gonna lie.
She was. You know why? I'm gonna tell you something.
Is she older? How old is she?
She about my age. I'm about 44. She about the same thing.
Oh yeah, she tripping.
And she just, they just was. Well, they just went with the Nashville philosophy. Like everybody
What's the
was talking about, he's a snitch, and so again, as I say, when one person in Nashville say something, all the minions come along and start saying the same thing.
Hold on, what's the Nashville philosophy though?
Well, anytime somebody say something like they was like, Charles, he's a snitch. Then you got the whole Nashville, he's a snitch. Y'all don't even know nobody snitched on.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And look, I'm gonna tell you something. The only thing I wasn't upset with my cameraman quitting, because we was just now getting to making some money when it comes to YouTube and stuff.
Okay. And
so now all we had to do was start dumping,
upscaling it.
We had to do nothing but dump about 2 videos a week. And this the thing about that. On top of that, I started getting better guests. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I had 607 Unc this weekend. You know what I'm saying? Like, I could have had it.
You did?
Well, I could have did it.
Oh, I didn't even know he was here.
For about a week. I had him in my back pocket. You know what I'm saying? And so, I'm knowing, now that we monetize, guess what? When we get them big interviews like 607 Unc, we'll put that out, put 2 more videos out that same week, and that's how that money add up. That's what they don't understand. That's what I love about YouTube, because all your views add up together. Yep. Like, so you looking at a month check, like, man, shoot, we finna try to drop 15 videos this month. Even when it's going back to your old videos, taking 5-10 minute clips out, all that count. And so we mastered the game of doing YouTube and all this stuff and making money off of it. You know what I'm saying? And now we don't have to do nothing but up it. But I think some people just get, this is what a true fact, what I do know. Some people just give up, and some people just get tired of being consistent. And some people wanna we understand when it comes to content, you have to keep putting it out. You can't get lazy. Even if,
bro, because look, and this is coming from another content creator, man. Look, person I was dating, we would go somewhere and would be kind of upset that, I'm still bringing my complaint like us, and you ain't bringing in enough. Look, it's only one period of my life that I was not consistent with, you feel me, my content. And that was because, that's back when I had cancer. I had to go through chemotherapy my first month with me, because I think it was my mama. She was like, man, I can tell it's really messing with you because you ain't wake up and get on your computer. And that's something that I do every day. And even when I wasn't all the way well, they're done. But man, 2022, man, I was still sick as fuck. Man. Wow. Sick as fuck, just still editing and posting content. I wasn't filming that much, but one time I did drive all the way to Memphis. And bro, looking back, I ain't gonna lie, I ain't out bullshit. I'm glad I ain't tell my mama that I did that, but I drove all the way to Memphis. Had to be off some medicine. What made you drive all the way to Memphis to do it? Cause man,
look, trying to get enough scenery or something.
I just been wanting to make content with it, man. During that period, bro. Look, my whole life, bro, I've never working for real. So just all that time of just sitting in the house, just watching life pass by. I'm in my 20s and shit like that. you know, watching life pass by, and I'm knowing that this supposed to set the foundation for, you know, my 30s and, you know, my 40s and stuff like that. I was just like, man, bro, I can't keep sitting around. And, you know, I was always looking for something to do. So shit, I was in contact with somebody. I was like, man, well, shit, I'm free. Shit, I ain't gotta go to the doctor till next week. So shit, I'm coming down there. And that's exactly what I did. Shit. And then the next year, that's when I ended up, you know, doing a vlog with Blockboy JB, Lil Migo, YNC, Trey Slime, and another Memphis artist by the name of Fast Cash C Money that had just got out of jail. So it was worth it. You feel me? I'm glad I never stopped, bro.
And that's another thing.
And that's what set us. That's what set us apart from a lot of people. Other people, they make excuses, bro. I ain't making no excuses.
I ain't man, dude. But that's another thing I respect about your platform is, and this is the thing. A lot of Nashville people get mad at you when you have different people from other states and stuff. I'm gonna tell you something. I had this conversation today, and I don't know why, but this just my own opinion and thought.
Yeah.
I don't think Nashville people like when other people from elsewhere like get his platform, his base.
Exactly.
Like y'all should want him. Guess what? If I was an artist, I would sit back and let you get all these Memphis people, these Knoxville people, and I would want to come on after them because now you don't.
Our very first interview, we literally had a conversation about this, and it was, and look, Gusto, the first person that I did a live stream with, he had basically said, man, I respect this about you because you will see something, you will see the potential in something, or you can see kind of like an end goal or something, like way before anybody else would do. I mean, anybody else would. And I mean, that's an example of that. Like, but I don't get why people think, bro, I don't even understand why I and other people just have to keep explaining this shit. But a nigga is not gonna grow that much if all I'm doing is focusing mainly on Nashville.
Well, stage. So again, even goes back to when I'm talking about the Charleston white. They don't understand. They don't understand it. And so that's why you can't take it personal from them. You can't get mad at them. And that's why it takes somebody to get on. And when I say get on, I mean really get in the forefront of they seeing you on Shade Room. Like, you know what I'm saying? Once they see What Sleep on Shade Room, they're gonna be like, oh, he knew what he was doing. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? And so that's why I always see my success is different from other people, what people think. My success is making it in that industry and making a lot of money doing it. No, it's not all about the money. We know that. This what I did, this what I made, and this what I'm making. And now people can trust. Okay, now I see why he was doing what he did.
Exactly. Yeah. Facts.
That's all I'm saying.
I feel you.
Yeah, so.
Hey, TJ, what up with you, man? Damn, what? Oh, shit. Hold on, where the chat at?
Sure.
Oh, hey, my shout out. Hey, what up, TJ, bro? I'm gonna be alive.
Yeah.
Hey, shit, we chilling, man.
We streaming, man.
What? How much time?
Nothing to do.
Yeah, how long you think we been on?
A little.
Yeah.
Again, even when you talking about Kai Sen and DDG and all them, I'm telling people, if you gonna stream, you gotta be ready to stream. Like this ain't a. You really need to do this at least 3.
Right now,
well, I know you gotta build up.
Yeah, you gotta build it up. As long as you consistent though, and then look, you can. So I basically got it set up. Like, bro, after look, you probably don't even know this about me, bro. But like, I'm a heavy ass gamer. Like, I'm a real heavy gamer. Like,
I wouldn't have never really.
This nigga, you being sarcastic?
No,
you being for real?
I would have never thought it.
For real,
I just thought you was more of just the internet type of. I think you do.
What?
I think you go to work, and then I think you come back and be a geek on this.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
I mean,
but this is the thing about it is, you have to come be a geek on this. Shout out to Loon.
Yeah.
It's up there podcast. I don't even know him, but one thing I've learned from him is you need to learn how to do this stuff yourself. It's a place to record. Like people just think I'm just not recording just because I can't. And keep letting them think of that. I got 1,000 cameramen. I got people, they ain't gonna pretty much begging me to come and do. But guess what?
Yeah.
And all this stuff myself because I don't ever want to get tricked out my spot like I did last time. You know what I'm saying? And I want to be able to keep going. You know what I'm saying? And so, you know, I got, like I said, man, I got plenty of places to record. That ain't the thing. But man, I understand consistency wins. So if you're not being consistent on this, on what we're doing right here, you ain't going nowhere. Yeah. You ain't, and consistency, it don't just not just doing nothing in this city. Man, you need to hit that road. You need to go do some people out of town. See, luckily, well, sleep, you ain't got to do that because you got a lot of people from out of town come here.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, man, if you got a lot of people from Memphis and Knoxville and all these places coming here, so you don't mean that you don't have to go outside. But the rest of them, they need to be outside.
Even you?
Hell yeah.
You know what? Look, bro. I ain't even posted this clip up yet, but actually, the guy that I had on here, Charlie, he was like, bro, I ain't gonna lie, bro. You need to start going outside more. And I was like, why? And he was like, cause I mean, you in media, you can be, he had brought up Aiden Ross being here, for example, and kind of like I used with Charleston White. He was like, bro, I feel like you have the credibility / clout to basically.
That ain't your lane. I'm telling you this. I just see that ain't really your lane.
I'm not a nigga that really even like to be outside like that. Bro, I like to be on the game. I ain't gonna lie.
That ain't your lane, really. Like, it's cool to come out sometime. Like, did you do the cruise thing when they had that?
What's that? You talking about the?
Weren't you hosting or something?
No. Just whoever had won was basically. I'm gonna do a performance with him. I actually just talked to him like 2 days ago.
Okay.
I had told him that I didn't have my studio. You feel me? Since March. But
okay, cool.
Yeah, Wiley. That's who won that.
Well, he performed down there. The white guy Wiley.
Yeah.
He performed down there at where I hosted that show Sunday. I'm gonna tell you something about them boys.
Who?
It's really just us. That's Wiley in them. It's a group.
It's really just us. Who you talking about?
That's Wiley. That's their whole group.
Oh, okay.
When I say, dude, they shocked them folks. They thought them white boys was finna get up there and do some country or something. Them boys got up there and did some rap and R&B type of soul music, and I'm talking about had the crowd going wild.
Really?
And this is what I said. I said, y'all cut the wrong people short because Wiley and them, they had like an hour show or something, but I mean, they didn't get to do no but like 3 songs. I told, no, man, that's why I said, y'all cut the wrong show.
Look, Goon. Nah, so basically, bro, here, I'm gonna fill you in like just a little bit on why. Like, I just don't really be like first off, bro. Like, when it comes to this computer shit, just gaming and like loving cars, I used to, like, growing up, I kind of used to think like that I was weird, but by the time I turned about 15, 16, bro, I just really started embracing who I am, right? Basically, right? And once I got into, doing the media platform and stuff like that, in the beginning, people would always tell me, like, man, you need to, you feel me, go outside. You need to.
You being outside, and I told you on camera, you the one media person outside ain't I don't even think it's your lane.
It's not, but look, whenever, like, I talk to my mom about this a lot, but it be tripping me out because the few times that, like, I do go outside, and keep in mind, like, it ain't Goon, I'm not sure how long you've been following the What Sleep platform, bro, but it ain't really been since this year I started posting myself, like, putting the face to the brand. But bro, every time I would go outside, bro, people would recognize me, and that shit would trip me the fuck out because I'm just like, damn, trip me fuck out. But that told me right there that, like, bro, the internet is way more powerful than you think. And I kind of just be saying, like, bro, I don't really need to go outside.
If you went outside, people were like, what would you do?
Well, give me a certain.
See you outside.
Well, you know what? Well, let's do something. Give me a certain scenario, and I'll tell you what I think I'd do.
If you was with me, we was down Zanies and cause we back there with Charleston White, like, what would you been back there doing?
Shit. Man, I ain't even gonna lie, bro. I'm probably the type of nigga just be holding the camera and just be trying to show what niggas is doing, bro. I don't even know. I don't even know, like.
That's a
I probably maybe ask Charleston White a question, but shit. I mean, anybody can do anything with that video though, since you feel me, it's not, on my set. You feel me? Like one thing that like I've always tried to make sure that I do is make sure that anytime you see one of my videos that is one of my videos. So if anytime somebody take some of my video, like not take it, but if somebody use my content, what the fuck, and made it into some no jumper videos.
Wow.
Yeah.
For real?
Oh, yeah, you know that? You know Slat Eye from Chattanooga? Oh, well, something he had did, it actually had landed him in jail or in prison for a long time. But No Jumper, they did a documentary on Slat's Eye. He had posted that, he had used that footage, but if it was, if it was at the time that like, I had a sign, or if it was at my spot where I could use my pillows or something like that, people would have known that like, hey, this is what Sleep TV. But I'm big on branding in videos because shit, basically once you post something up on the internet, I mean, it's free use damn near. Unless I mean, it's certain ways to do it, but kind of like how you said, that's why I put, I make sure my logo is at the bottom of my shit. So I mean, anybody can repost my shit. I don't really give a damn. You feel me?
Well, I be telling people you should want 1 million people to repost it, because if 1 million people repost that What's Sleep TV and that video start going viral, that's all she wrote.
Yep. And it's gonna come back to you in some type of way.
100%.
Yeah.
100%. The people just like good interviews and stuff, but they want to know. Let me get on that platform, see what they talking about.
Shit be getting around is what I'm gonna say. So, and it's just cool to see. But like, I ain't gonna lie, I think I understand the internet like a mother. What, not
They're
understanding
not
the internet?
To know this internet. It's this guy. I can't think of his name right now, but he used to teach YouTube every weekend, every Saturday.
Really?
And I can't even think his name right now, but it still pop up every Saturday. And like, I just watched I want to know how to get in the algorithm. I'm gonna tell you something Charlamagne said though.
What?
I stopped trying to get in the algorithm. I started making my own algorithm. And so that's what Sleep is, its own. That's when I say you build your platform, because it's your own algorithm. So say 2 to 5,000 views.
Okay.
That's my algorithm.
Right.
But I did that post like just saying Buck give me 10% on every time I sell a verse form or show. You know what I mean? Buck always give me 10%.
That's real.
And that got in the algorithm. That's one of them ones, because this young Buck got in the algorithm. It probably did 600,000 views. You know what I'm saying?
Damn.
And so that's the thing about it is you got to know how to build your own algorithm, but you also got to know how to get in the algorithm. So when you post something, like you post a Charleston White video, that must be like, I think people are slacking on learning how to work the internet. I think that's their biggest slack.
Yeah, and I don't know. You do it. I'm trying to think who else do it. Make sure that they're clipping their shit. And when I say clipping, that's basically what making reels / TikTok. I don't know why, the people that make content down here don't do it. Because I mean, I do it all the time, and I mean, it basically shows results. And because not everybody gonna want to sit down and watch it. Well, how long this stream 2 hours and 30 minutes long. It ain't finna be too many people that's just finna actually sit down and watch a whole 2 hour without actually having to be interrupted. So you gotta maybe upload a 10-minute section on YouTube, or upload a 30-second clip on TikTok or YouTube Shorts.
You got your really YouTube people, and then you got some people just like to see your stuff on Instagram.
I don't know why don't they do that? You jump in this shit.
You have to. You got to, man. People don't understand how I came to the quote unquote what they say the biggest podcast in Nashville. It wasn't about being the biggest podcast in Nashville. It was about
what was you study? Oh, the YouTube class.
YouTube period. Like every video on YouTube, it ain't gonna do 1 trillion million views. But guess what? Some videos, I'll put some Google ads on. I'm gonna put some YouTube Google ads on them and get them some views, because the person still got to click it. And then when you monetize, you see so many different ways to get yourself out there. Like, I know I done spent plenty.
Shit, me too. Shit. Got to. Cameras, lenses,
whatever.
Everything. Shit.
Stands, phone, anything got to do with the phone, lights, you know what I'm saying? And so, yeah, everybody ain't investing in their craft because they don't really believe in it. Like, I'm gonna I get the rent cameras for 20. But guess what? That's cool and all. But I just want my own, and I want to learn how to work my own. That's what I'm doing now. Learn how to work my own, and I know exactly what I'm working. You know what I'm saying? And so you got to invest in yourself if you believe. Everybody don't believe that we finna be as big as we is when it's coming to this. Let that kind of get you discouraged on who can see what you got going on, who can't, because you'll start slacking on yourself.
I don't. Shit.
Yeah, I'm just, but people do like, man, every video ain't gonna do numbers. Every video ain't gonna do, you know what I'm saying? Like, you just got to keep going.
Yeah. Literally. Consistency wins, bro.
Consistency wins. I was wondering how I used to always say, like, it's just mom and pop still up. Well, they been consistent for so long, now it's just going. 100 million subscribers, because guess what? All 100 million ain't gonna see every video, but 100,000 of them might.
Exactly. That's the point that I was getting at earlier. That's why I'm barely doing that shit. Like, it's not gonna work. Like, cause look, it's the same thing with rappers, like, and with us. I'm pretty sure you know this, but bro, when you post, I know this. When I post content, when you post content, even people can say that they not competing with the biggest platforms, but you are. We all basically searching for the same, I guess you could, we all looking for the same viewers. Like, you got to think about what's going to make them click if you allow subscribe video, maybe pick over their video. Maybe they talking about fucking Drake or something. Like,
guess what? That's why those thumbnails and stuff is guess what? The one thing you do perfectly is your thumbnails.
You talking about me?
Yes.
Oh,
that's what I need to. I need to learn how to get super duper cold at thumbnail, because that's where it started.
Yeah, shit. You talking me? You see Photoshop on this computer right here, man?
Yeah.
I've been knowing Photoshop and all that shit for a long time.
Especially when you on YouTube, you better learn how to get you a.
Yeah, and then you want to know well, I'm sure you know this, but for the people watching, what's even more important is like them first like 5 seconds. If you ain't catching somebody attention within the first 5 seconds,
you better get them.
It's over with.
You better get them that inch. Even like I said, if you're allowed to subscribe, like, man, certain people didn't know nothing about them intros. I'm gonna say, hey man, make sure you put this on the intro. You know what I'm saying? This and that. It's a lot of stuff, man, that go with. Look, man. One thing about it is, you don't have to give me my credit. I'm gonna take it. Like, I'm gonna take my credit for what it is. I ain't saying I'm the perfect, I'm the best, but the stuff I have done, it's been good and it's worked. And because this is the thing about it is, Kyree.
What's up?
You know if your platform is working or not.
Explain
what you like. Subscribe, because you know if your platform is growing. Both of my YouTubes, I haven't dropped on Ricky's World YouTube in maybe, over a year. But it's still growing. It's still getting subscribers. It's still getting views. It's still, if you're live subscribe, it's still growing. It's still getting subscribers. It's still getting views. If I put a short out there, it still do good. Guess what? My Instagram is getting followers by the day. Same thing, TikTok. If your platform is not actually growing, that means it's on you. And when I say growing, I mean, I ain't got to drop a video in 3 weeks. I'm still going to get...
It's forever.
Yeah, and so that's what I'm saying. And so people understand when they content ain't growing, and they'll like take it, they'll be mad at you because they can see like you still pushing and you still growing. And why everybody listening to you? Well, they listening to you because they like your content. That's why you got to find your people. Even though me and Sean Gotti ain't on a good page, like, you know what I mean? Because we just had really nothing went on, you know what I'm saying? I really opened my mouth and never shouldn't have, you know what I'm saying? But guess what?
Yeah.
Sean Gotti was the first person told me, he said, P, it's a million people out there that feel just like you. Just find them.
Yeah.
And when he told me that, I took that. I was like, oh, you're right. And so when I started finding my people, my subscribers and stuff, and my followers, I was like, okay, they like my stuff.
Yeah.
I remember when I wouldn't get no shares. Now, I mean, I'm going to give at least 5-10 shares on probably every video. Yeah. And that ain't counting the one getting 100, 200, 75, you know what I'm saying? And so I remember when I first started and was getting...
How long would you give it of seeing like no growth? you know what I'm saying, you ain't got no traction before you like, damn, maybe this ain't it, and you probably stop doing whatever you're doing.
It ain't even about it being not it sometimes. It's about it being changed up. Some people stuck in their ways. I say this a lot about rappers. Some of them be trying to make music that.
Cause look, man, I ain't even gonna lie. I kind of don't even want to talk about why people, you feel me? Why me and Mayor don't make videos no more, right? But it's kind of gonna make sense. But you know, we kind of had a fall in.
Y'all was a good team.
I think so too. But you feel me? He want to do different things, and I can't be mad at that. Right. But you know, when it comes to a lot of the stuff that I upload, really, really damn near everything I upload, it's not about what the fuck I want. Even me, what I want, because you feel me, I got about certain topic. It's not about what I want at all. It's that I understand, you know, my audience / my fan base, and I'm giving the people what they want. I've been saying since the beginning, bro. Like, bro, you want to be a successful artist, bro, give the fucking people what they want. Like, too many of these artists are too focused on, you feel me, being real niggas or whatever the fuck, and I get it. But, like, bro, if you literally just, it's people out here, there's artists that's giving the people what they want, and in return, the fans is giving them support, but what they want. But, like, I don't even, honestly, bro, I don't really think it's no secret to the shit. I just think, like, bro, give the people what they want. They'll support you. It's just, I just think it's,
and that's cool and fine and dandy, and I feel like you can find your crowd. But if it's a hot sound out there, just be an artist.
That's why Soulja Boy is, you know, always stay relevant, hopping on waves. I agree with that. Like, kind of like what we do. We have to adjust. We have to hop on, or not even hop on waves. You gotta get on the wave before it happens. Kind of like streaming, for example. You feel me? Like, clipping your stuff, uploading reels, like, you gotta get with the times. Give the people what they want. Get with the times. Take advantage of waves. That's how you stay successful.
And like I said, man, I think you're gonna make some. So, yeah, man.
I noticed that. Why? Tell me why.
Because I know it's a sensitive subject, and I'm gonna say something that's gonna feel harsh, but it really ain't gonna. Again, we go back to Wilson.
Okay.
When I went on there and said the music is trash right now. When he seen me, he said, I'm trying to make, he said, I said, what you doing, Wilson? He said, trying to make better music. You know what I'm saying? And so, we get to judge your music, the fans. And guess what? If I say something about your music, I'm just going to be honest with you. It's because 10 other people done said something. We done had to, me and 4 other people done had this conversation, and with me not even bringing it up, they done said the same thing that everybody else said.
I feel you.
It's coming from 4, 5 different sources. We all feel like that. Change it up a little bit. But you don't want to step on nobody's toes.
You know what? I'm glad that you brought up artistry, because, you know, man, let me go to the exact video that I'm talking about. I ain't gonna pull it up on the computer because I don't want it to mess around and run slow. Actually, okay, look. So look, that Charlie, you know, he posted that video. He basically said the headline reads, Charlie thinks Nashville sound is outdated and stuck in 2010, but gives props to C bands or whatever, blah, blah, blah. That's not, say his name, Band Up Zay. He said, it's a lot of young niggas rapping, y'all just not hip. And, you know, we had kind of, you know, had a discussion. I tried to have a discussion with him, and he started trying to throw personal jabs at me, and I was just like, bro, I'm just trying to have a conversation with you. And I noticed that, I don't know if this happens everywhere, but it's a lot with Nashville artists, bro. People are hyping up mediocre music, but I'm just not finna hype up nothing that's mediocre. You feel me? I can't do it either.
I can't do it. I'm gonna tell you something, but Hot Boy Turk was talking about today.
What'd he say?
And I ain't gonna say him and BG was feuding, but it's like Hot Boy Turk was saying that he feel like his album is better than Lil Wayne and BG and all that. Good, because you haven't been rapping. And Turk was saying he took a lot of criticism when he got out, because guess what? He was still rapping in that old form.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And so BG, you been locked up, and Turk been out here practicing his craft.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? So I just feel like that's true. And if you ain't up in your game, then you can't be rapping like you rapping back in 2010. It's 2025 shit. Bam.
I feel you. Hey, you know what? I'm glad. Hey, what up? What up, Clyde? What up? What up, TJ? But nah, real shit. I'm not finna be. I would never, bro. I'm telling you, I would never, ever be one of them niggas that's finna hype up no mediocre shit. When it comes to the few artists in Nashville that like I actually say I listen to, you know, I'm just talking about young artists. I ain't finna, you know, throw the people out there that obviously people know that I fuck with like Lito or whatever. But Trey Two Wavy, great music. C Bands, great music. Who else from Nashville makes great music? Big Top, great music. Them the three that I can think of out the top of my head that just make undeniably great music. I am not about to hype up nothing mediocre or nothing like that. But
I ain't either. And
I got some
again,
for you too.
that's what they take wrong. I'm not saying you can't rap. I'm saying, but you got your music got to get a little better.
Yeah.
I ain't saying, nigga, I ain't never saying like I know a lot of people that can't rap, but I said he could have did better than that.
Yeah.
He
Hey,
could have did way better.
I got some look. Hey y'all look, we finna end it off real soon. But I got one question that I actually want to ask him, and I think this gonna be a good discussion. So look, shout out to Reggie B the Boss. You feel me? You familiar with him? Artist from out west. Well, I think out east. Don't quote me wrong, but Reggie B the Boss is an artist in the video. Hold on. But yeah, if y'all got any questions y'all want me to ask him before we end it off, or anything y'all want to ask me, just drop it in. We watching the comments. Oh, it was actually the same video. Be the boss. He had commented and he said, "Who is this?" Just interacting or whatever. Mm-hmm. And it was one comment. Okay. So I see people say this a lot, and this happened with the Nutso interview. A lot of people were saying this, but his comment basically said, I'm gonna read the second half of it. He said, "You can't speak on the sound." I ain't trying to. People type weird. But he basically was saying that, bro, somebody that don't know much about Nashville shouldn't be commenting on Nashville. And I just want to say, I don't really agree wrong with people that's not from here just giving their opinion on, what they see or what they know. Like, I don't see nothing wrong with that. And I honestly hate people to, you feel me, tap in with what's going on here or not. You feel me? Tell me what you feel. How you feel about that? Man. Can people that's from here not speak on Nashville in your opinion?
People from Nashville have a problem with people not from Nashville coming down here making a stance or a statement. So say for instance, if you a black businessman, you come to Nashville and open up 5 clubs. Yeah. People feel like, oh, you don't open up. And it's even when that's who you want to judge you. You want to look, man, guess what? People from Nashville, they've been knowing you all your life, and they go, it's like you've been in this same pot, so yeah, that's cool. You want the people outside the pot to say, that's good. They told y'all. And so Nashville people got a problem with people outside. I was finna do an interview. I ain't gonna say no name, but it was supposed to be 4 of us. One of them happened to not be from Nashville, and somebody had a problem with it. They were like, nah, we don't need you. We was trying to have a meeting, we want to call it, but we don't want nobody that ain't from Nashville speaking on it. And I'm saying, no, that's who I want to hear. I want to hear the outside people, what they got to say about Nashville. But what they scared of is something like what Charleston White did, speak the truth about it. That's what they scared to hear somebody say. I done heard out of town people say the same thing that Nashville people done said, and y'all done got mad at them. Y'all mad because, look, if we say Nashville don't support each other, we be like, okay, yeah, that's what the whole city said. But if somebody outside this city say Nashville don't support each other, oh, they coming for your tail. Literally. And so I totally disagree with that.
That people that's not from here shouldn't be able to speak on it.
I totally disagree with that. Them the people I think should speak on it.
Exactly. All right, for sure. Hey, so look. But yeah.
Appreciate everybody for tuning in, tapping in too, man. Cause
yeah.
Make sure y'all support this, man. Like these live streams, man, and share. You know what I mean? Share, let everybody know. you know, what we're doing. You know what I'm saying?
Me. What up, Stony?
I love it. Oh, stop. No, I'm just saying it's comfortable. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, for sure.
Like to sit.
Nah, real shit. Real shit.
Yeah, but nah. But yeah, man.
I appreciate it, bro. You know, I feel the same way about you, bro. Real talk.
100%.
Have you been on a Lana show? Or didn't y'all talk about
Nope, I ain't been. Me and her did a little part-time host the other today. But yeah, I like her. I really like her energy. I really enjoy her. I like the people that kind of come out of nowhere.
She ain't no. Well, I see
to
why
me?
you say that. No, I see why you say that. But nah, she was planning what she was doing for a minute, like before the public knew. And I'm glad to see what she was doing, man. I hope that me and her can get together. I want to be able to be a guest before I move to Chicago. It's been a minute since I talked to her, but shit, she know I'm a fan.
Yeah,
Shit,
I'm
man,
a fan
come be my guest, man. Where you at?
Yeah.
Oh.
I still want to see Abriana on this couch.
Oh yeah, I ain't talked to Abriana in a minute.
I still want that Was Sleep and Abriana interview. I just want it. I don't know why. I think you the person that could get Abriana to open up a little bit.
She don't be opening. You don't think she be opening up?
Yeah, she be open. I'm just saying. I think you not open up. Bring something different out of her.
Oh, okay. I see what you're saying.
Everybody's gonna kind of interview her the same way, and you just gonna be a totally different interview, especially when it comes to this live stream and stuff. I think you're gonna be a totally different interview for her. To be honest, I think that's what I mean. Outside of like me, Born Rich, like we all kind of give her like the same kind of interview, kind of sort of like what I mean. Because I guess it's our age bracket.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So I think we kind of all give her the same kind of interview. So I'm looking forward to that. Was Sleeping Abraham interview. I'm really. I don't want you to get nervous about it or nothing.
No,
you know what I'm saying? But I'm really looking forward to that interview for some reason. It just I've been saying that. I said that before the live stream. I've been saying that.
Yeah. I'm glad you said that because I'm gonna hit her up soon, man. I'm hoping, like, if I can get this all the way down, I need to do like my first like live performance here.
Mm-hmm.
You hear me? Like I need to figure out like how I'm gonna do my first live. I need to figure out the light too. I ain't gonna lie to you. Like that's kind of difficult.
You know, we kind but just from looking right here, it look good. Even though I know you really particular about what you do.
Yeah, that's probably all it is. It probably ain't shit wrong with this.
Really?
Yeah, it probably ain't shit wrong with this, man. I ain't gonna lie. But I still just see some things like I think I can work on. I want to get a wider angle lens, but once I figure out how to do like my live performances here, I think I'm gonna do more of some like I'm thinking like Monday, Wednesday, Saturday or something like. I'm guessing the best live performance,
it ain't got to do no views or nothing, but just the best.
Like best song or best?
Just best performance, do you think?
Let me think. Let me think. Which one? Let me see.
He did a bad boy.
Yeah. No, you know what? See, low key, I think I want to say Street Ball.
Okay. Yeah, he did a good job. Yeah, I saw that.
And look, the reason why I say Street Ball is because that song Life Story.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think that's kind of like the 2025. They told you how he got to where he is now. Yeah. Like he would always say, like it's a time capsule. I'm probably gonna have to say that one.
Yeah, that was
Street Ball.
That was a bad boy.
Yeah.
That was a bad boy.
Yeah.
Lito came.
You know the dude Jamont was.
I don't know him, but he shook that whole thing.
I'm probably gonna have to say that one. I think. I ain't even gonna say I did so many of them because I really haven't. Compared to other people, I ain't done a lot. Compared to other people, I don't really do a lot of interviews. But does it seem like I do a lot? It probably due to the clips.
Used to, but it you know kind of bagged off of it now. But I'm just saying I enjoy your interviews though.
I appreciate.
You know what I mean? Like,
well, let me ask you, what do you like best about my interviews, in your opinion? And if it's one thing you could think that like maybe I need to do better at, what would you say?
I think you just a hell of an interview behind that camera.
Come on, man. I appreciate it, but it ain't gotta
I'm
be
just
something.
saying, I can't critique you. It ain't nothing to critique. It ain't nothing. I'm telling you. I mean, hate that I'm so hypocritical.
Damn.
And because I'll like check something like, and if I can't find nothing on you, I can't critique you. You do a great job at what you do. It ain't nothing I critique. I don't feel like you should come outside like that. You know, I feel like
you the first person that done said that.
I think you should come backstage with me or something like that.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Like
my mom was saying that. She was saying I need to make sure I pull up for that, and I agree. Yeah.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like that, you know what I'm saying? Just but other than that, man, I just see you think about it. You don't see Vlad outside. Vlad doing what you Vlad getting on camera now, going on shows and stuff. But you don't see no Vlad outside. I think in the back of the camera, you don't have to be seen. They're not gonna understand that. But I'm in front of the camera, I'm seen, so they want to see me out there in person.
Right.
Say, Cheese, he just not getting on camera.
Yeah.
He wasn't say Cheese wasn't getting on camera first. He don't be outside. But Nori be outside, right? Wallow and Gilly be outside.
Yeah.
Because we are in front of the camera. So
but damn,
they're not gonna understand that difference.
Hold on, you think with me starting to, you feel me, be with the desk set up, me being on the camera, you think that's gonna make more people want me to be out?
Probably so. It probably get you out. No, I ain't even gonna say that.
You know, go ahead.
Cause you streaming now. And so you gotta think. Kaya sent.
Cassinet. Yeah.
Cassinet and Speed.
Yeah.
They in all big places. Like that's why I'm talking about the Cash Money. They ain't outside like it, but guess what? If they at a big event.
Right. Now you honestly know what I think this might do though? I think this might turn me more into this could turn me more into what people consider an influencer, because the more and more I show my personality and people see, I think that's what this might do more than anything. I don't think it's gonna make people want me to be outside. I think it's gonna make more people.
It's gonna make people watch your stream.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That's what this gonna do, I would think.
Yeah, I think it's gonna make, I said on the last stream, like when I had met Shell Fox and she was like, bro, this guy's just sitting here just chilling. He don't realize how big he is. And I'm just thinking to myself, like, bro, I'm just a nigga that just fucking, I don't know. I guess some people like that. Like years ago when my parents was telling me back when I stayed in Antioch that, you know, I should vlog. And I was like, what am I going to vlog about? Like, actually, that's how a lot more people start their fan base. Like, I don't know how you feel, but like the super flashy, like, hey, I'm doing this, and I'm doing that. I don't really think that's too appealing to too many people, because not too many people can relate to that no more.
I'm gonna tell you something. I don't like it. I'm gonna tell you something.
Why not?
I feel like this. Every now and then you're gonna be somewhere where you take a picture with a celebrity and kind of post it. But if you get to posting too much about that,
about what? Oh, flexing,
and you're not doing no business with the celebrity, it kind of like make you look like a groupie. And so that's why I be real careful with that. Like I got pictures in my phone now that with people that I'm real careful with that on the strength of like I want some people to see me do business with them. Forget taking a picture with you and having you on my Instagram. Nah, I want you on the YouTube. Yeah. I want to interview. And so you have to be real careful with just putting that out there so much. I think that's just my own.
Oh well, shit. Is it anything you want to ask me before we cut it off? Shut it down.
Oh man, I think you got a good one.
All right, for sure, man. You know what? Once I get more of a man, after soon. When you gonna start? When you think you gonna start recording? Cause I know you got some. I think you will have a fire interview with me, right?
Somewhat first week of August, first second week. You know what I mean? I'm just building up to everything I'll do. It's gonna be a fire interview.
Sure.
Cause that's why I don't want to talk to you ask you too much on here because I
I
want to be
feel
on my show.
Yeah, I feel you. Alright. Alright, for sure that then. Hey, tell them what all platforms you on. Shit, Instagram,
Man,
YouTube.
Instagram, YouTube, Twitter, TikTok, and I'm out here. You know what I'm saying? I'm out here. Just make sure y'all look me up and just, you know, and like, subscribe,
Yeah.
share.
If you a live subscribe, hey, so actually in the you feel me in the YouTube title, you can click on that name and it's gonna take you straight to his official.
Thank you for having me.
I'm glad we finally did this. I ain't gonna lie.
lie.
Yeah. But shit, I don't know when I'm gonna start running these clips, but shit, I already know they gonna be crazy. Crazy for sure. Alright, then. Well, look, it's live, man. Shout out to you. Shout out to everybody in the chat, man, and just shout out to the whole What Sleep on this platform, trying to give the best content possible. And you know, my boy doing this from out east, right?
Yes, sir.
Shit, I basically come
East
from
side, baby.
Antioch, so shit, it's all Nashville if you
It's
ask
all
me.
Nashville.
So, yeah. But shit, that's gonna end it right there. See, look, all I gotta do is.